the socials. Let's get on the socials. Tell people that we've started. It's Thursday, the 6th of July. God, it's Thursday, the 6th of July. I'm Iain Lee, and I'm just typing. It's 7 p.m. and we are live and free right now at www.twitch.tv/TLNA. That's it, guys. We're live. We haven't done it. It feels like we haven't. Katherine will be joining us soon. And yeah, you can hear the washing machine. That's okay, right? Let's do the socials. Let's get on the Twitter. No, that's wrong. Why have I forgotten how to use... there we go. There we go. Welcome, everybody. Who we got? Who we got in the show? Have we got Stephen Galloway mentioned me in a tweet? Okay, that's good. Good for him. Good for him. Here we go. Got to open this up. I feel like I've not done Twitch for ages. Who we got? Zero Entity. Pete the Feet. A little bit out of focus. Some might say, I've been like that my whole life. Beastie Boy, thank you for the sub. Katifar, Beastie Boy, Raymond in Paris, it's Umpa Marcus, Morbid Magpie, thank you. Katifar, thank you for the sub. Oh, it's Dan, Iain Lee fan, Jamie Bright, thank you for the sub, thank you. Graham Campbell, Music, G Cuffs, Ming Ball. Do you know what? Let's have the donut bar up. Why not? Some people stream elements. I just got to change the stats. Change the stats. We haven't done a. It feels like we haven't done a Twitch stream for elements. I'm just reading the word elements, right? It feels like we haven't done a Twitch stream for absolutely flipping ages. What is that? I don't know what's going on here. Don't worry, it's not technicals, guys. It's not technicals. I'm just going to edit that. I'm going to edit the data. I'm going to edit that. I'm going to edit that. I'm going to get rid of that. Let's not have 60,000 as... What? Well, that's not there. Oh, God. I should not have started this stream as I was not fully ready. Oh, it's not birthday week either. I mean, I could say it's birthday week. I'm going to say feed our cats. There we go. Hashtag donate because it is Feed Our Cats Day. That's what we're dealing with today. We're feeding our cats. Thank you for the subs, Pete the Feet, Cozy Bug, Gatford. It's Pledge Weeks. It's Pledge Weeks. It's Pledge Weeks, guys. Pledge Weeks. Good evening, Alan Michael Twitch. Welcome. Here comes my queen. Here comes my lady. Here she comes. She's my lady. She's my lady. Here she comes now. My queen, my lady. She's my queen and my lady. And thank Christ we cannot hear. Should be able to hear you now. No, we can't hear you. And that's not my end.
Turn my mic on then, shall I?
There we go. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the bane of my life. I don't know what bane means. I'm guessing it could be a good thing.
No, it's not.
Katherine Boyle.
Hey.
Katherine Boyle, the bee of my life. Saying bee is quicker than saying bane. And it means the same thing. We got
a lot of words, describing words.
We got a new Patreon.
What?
It is Pledge Week, guys. Today we're looking for £250 simply to feed our cats for 1 week.
They really do never stop eating.
It's very. She's not the babe of my life. God.
Yes, I am. And of yours at home.
We got Peter Savage. I don't know if you're here, Peter, but you've joined us on the Patreon. Thank you. It feels like we haven't done Twitch for ages, but then I think I always say that when we do Twitch. This is Twitch. Welcome, everybody. We're going to do a little bit of business, but not a lot. I can't really be bothered. If you've got Amazon Prime, link it to your Twitch and you can sub to us. Every sub is gratefully appreciated. You will see the donate bar pop up from time to time. You will see the Patreon link from time to time. Come and join us on Patreon, $4.99 plus VAT. If you haven't got that, you can join us for £2. You don't get anything. But you just get a nice warm feeling inside your tummy.
You will be a patron of the arts.
Yeah, you will be. And a patron of the arses. Katherine, it's lovely to see you. We have a guest. Oh, God. There it is. We have a guest at past joining us.
Right.
We have Amy, who is Cakes with Faces. Whoa. Who's gifting? People are gifting anonymous subs. No, hang on. Anonymous is gifting subs. Someone just gifted a lot of anonymous subs. Let me just see if I can get... I'm just calling up the stats here, Katherine.
Gosh.
Just ringing up the stats. Anonymous has gifted 25 tier 1 subs.
What are you doing, Anonymous?
What are you doing?
Apart from being fabulous.
You're being fabulous, you're being generous, and we don't know who you are. Actually, if I click on it, I think I can find out. But I won't. I think I can find out. But I won't.
Very kind, thank you.
Thank you, Evil Pixie Boy. Thank you, Villa Forever. Thank you, Spacey. 25 subs is very generous. Thank you very much indeed. So Cakes with Faces is joining us at past. She wrote this brilliant Your Guide to Japan. I've been banging on about Japan for the last 18 months. Thank you for your sub, Katherine.
You're welcome. Least I could do.
And I have found this book invaluable. I've picked it up and I've flicked through it 3 times. I'm going to take it with me, obviously. And each time I have found something to either book, to put in the diary, or that is going to help me. This book is great. And she's got a YouTube channel. She's going to join us about past. That's going to be fun. We're going to talk about stuff. Katherine and I are going to talk about stuff this evening. And then who knows, at some point, we may even open the Zoom and let people come in. We may do that. I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit wild.
It's end of term, isn't it, for you?
Yeah. I finished my last client today. I'm not seeing another client until 3 weeks' time. Thursday I think it's the 30th. No, hey, let's just have a look. Thursday the 27th of July. I'm not seeing clients till then. I am officially on my hollybobs.
Hey,
Yeah,
and that
and I was-
entitles you to use the word hollybobs for 2 weeks only.
I was going to wear this today, but this is going to get worn tomorrow because I'm just watching. This shirt's going in the bin.
Right.
I've been looking at it for a while, thinking, I don't know if I like it. It's going in the bin. I just got to be careful. I forgot to wash. I've done a wash, pre-holiday wash, but I forgot to put my jeans in, so I've got to do another wash.
Have you done the traditional laying out of clothes not to be touched for about a month beforehand?
No. I know exactly what needs to be packed. My 5 short sleeve shirts and 3 t-shirts, pair of trousers. I'll be wearing a pair of jeans and some shorts and some swimmers. Boom. I've got to take the swimmers. That is the... Jimbo, thank you for the sub. Spacey, thank you for the sub. Villa Forever, thank you for the sub.
Very exciting
And Anonymous
times.
again, 25 subs. That is wild. I don't even know. We use Twitch so fewer than we used to that I don't throw the shirt away, auction it here tonight. All right. What am I bid for this shirt? I don't even think we're going to make enough money this month to get our Twitch payout. That's how fewer we have been using Twitch.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Oh, well.
Oh, well, those guys can kiss it.
Twitch get a bigger payout than we do.
Haxel House is in Lanzarote. Thank you for the sub, Mandula.
Nice.
I've never been to Lanzarote. It's an island.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those volcanic ones.
The bidding for the shirt is at £2.50. Someone said that in Japan, I don't know if a lot of these Japan stories are true.
Right.
That when they're going to quit, they pay someone to go and talk to tell their boss they've quit. With nail polish, every Japan hotel has a laundrette, so you can get away with not taking much ice. This was my thing. First week we're staying in an apartment. Then we've got the rest of the time we'll be in a hotel.
Can I also tell you something about perfume etiquette in Japan? It's one thing I do know about.
Yeah.
Don't wear a lot of scent if you're going on public transport. It's deemed to be very rude if someone else can smell you.
Don't put your bags down on public transport.
Is that right?
Yep. Don't get your knob out on public transport.
I mean, I would hope that was a given.
Jimbo Jr. is going £15 for the shirt. All right. 50. We're at £15. With Nail and Pie says, oh, no, who was it? He said, Morbid Magpie. What made you start using Twitch less? Fewer. Katherine.
Well, Twitch used to pay us.
Whoa, stop the clock.
What happened?
Jenna has just tipped £20. Buy yourself some dreamies in it. Gemma, you and Jimbo are two of the most generous people we know. I suspect you're laundering drug money, but I can't say.
I think you just said it.
Stop it. But thank you. Nice. It was lovely to have you at my party the other day. Thank you. Katherine, why are we using Twitch Viewer?
Well, because we are using Patreon Mua.
She's not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Twitch used to pay us, and it was worth our while being here.
So now we do shows on Patreon. So we still do 2 shows a week generally. We're having the next 2 weeks off. Can I just, by the way, someone let me know if our levels are equal, please, because I've had to do something with mine. So we now go to Patreon, which means that we do about 2 shows a week on YouTube behind a paywall. You get the link sent out every single week. There's the link in the chat. If you're listening to the podcast, it's patreon.com/Iain and Katherine. I didn't say Gemma. I said Jenna.
Yeah.
Didn't say Gemma, did I?
No, I don't think you did.
Yeah, Jimbo.
I didn't hear the G.
No, so we do shows there, and if you go and sign up for as little as £2, $4.99, you get access to thousands of hours of things. There is part of me that thinks we start doing what Clinton does, and Clinton, hear me out before we get to the end. 'Cause not exactly what Clinton does. He
tends to speak to spirits.
Clinton Baptiste does podcasts, and 4 weeks he does them on for Patreon. Then 4 weeks later they become public, and I am wondering, because we do get a few pennies from our public podcasts. I wonder if we start going right back to the beginning of Patreon, which I think was 2 years ago, and start releasing those on the public feed. No one in Patreon would object. No one would object, and we might get more money.
But are there things on there that we wouldn't want the general public to hear about? Because we have been more confessional on Patreon than we are out in the public sphere.
I am very happy with everything I've said.
Okay.
I just think it might be a way of generating. There's a reason Clinton does it.
Yeah.
I think it might be a way of generating a little bit more income. And I say, literally pennies. And we record a top and tail for it. You're listening to this courtesy of our wonderful people at Patreon. Sign up at patreon.com/Iain and Katherine. Here's the show.
Kind of from the vault.
Yeah. Would that be a huge job for you to do? Because it will be you that's doing it.
No, it wouldn't. And I could automate it potentially. But I think we'd need to put something, as you say, something on the top to say that this is from like 3 years ago, whatever. Yeah. So things may have changed. Can
we do that? And can I leave it to you to record the top and tail? This is from a couple of years ago. Some of the stuff might be out of date. Sign up at our Patreon if you want to get these as they're released every single week or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. When we start putting that out, could you do it next week?
Yes.
There we go. Perfect. We just made a decision. Where's my decision bell? It's like the division bell, but it's the decision bell. Here's the thing I'm drawn to talk about. Have a guess, dear listener. We went to see Kiss last night with Mr. Bodell. I don't know if Mr. Bodell has got home yet. And Dave Hodgkins has subscribed. Thank you, Dave. TCGS always gets my Prime sub. They could use a break from it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Screw those guys. Katherine and I went to see Kiss last night with our good friend, Mr. Paul Bodell, who I need to talk. I discovered something about Paul Bodell that made me regret inviting him to stay at my house. I will tell you that later. I saw something in his bedroom. So we went to see Kiss. How Axel House says, going out for a meal. We'll listen to the podcast later. This podcast will go out free. Thank you for the recommendations. I bought the Karen Carpenter book for the wife for reading on the beach, and I've been listening to the Lemon Sherbets. Both excellent choices. We went to see Kiss last night. And it was great. It was wonderful. It was silly. It wasn't quite as big as the show we saw in 2019. And Paul Stanley was not really up for it, was he?
It was not quite as energetic as it has been in the past, I'd imagine. The first Kiss concert, the last Kiss concert I went to see, blew my tiny mind. It was fireworks from the first, and that happened again tonight.
Carried on
right?
throughout. Well, I don't think there were as many fireworks.
But it just felt like the energy matched the fireworks last time around, and this time around, I felt a little bit sorry for them.
Yeah, I think they were bored, and I think they've peaked. It was at the O2. Dear viewer, dear listener, have a guess. I don't pre-book parking for nobody, right? I don't pre-book parking for nobody. Have a guess what the parking charge was for those who had not pre-booked at the O2. Have a guess. Just get those suggestions in the chat. And let's see. So it's
and don't be afraid to be ridiculous.
Gatford says 75. Itzumpa says £50. King Cham says 18. Mingball says 25. Paul says 50. Withnow says 30. Harsh says 55. Alan Michael says 33 pence. Grow up. Tom Japp says 60. Nellie Baines says £37.50. Catherine, how much was the parking at the O2 last night for those that hadn't pre-booked the parking?
Wasn't it 35 quid?
£37.
£37.
30, and that's all I could think of during the concert. That's all I could think of during the drive home. And that's all I could think of today. The parking at the O2. And Harsh, by the way, if we'd have paid that, and I got a receipt, could I have written that off? The parking at the O2 for those who hadn't pre-booked was £37. I don't know what the charge is for those who booked. I know 10 years ago it was 20 quid. I imagine it's probably 30. I don't know.
Alan Michael Twitch says, kiss my arse. We thought something very similar about that parking fee.
But someone had told us a hack before. And luckily, I got the hack the wrong way round. So it's right next to the O2. There's an underground station, North Greenwich or something. I don't know. There's a car park, and
isn't it Stratford?
Oh, I think it's a Greenwich one.
All right,
isn't it? And there's a car park, and someone said if you get into that car park, and you park before 7 o'clock, you get right through till 4 o'clock the next morning for £12.50, which to park anywhere in London for £12.50 is. I drove into central London on Wednesday to do some stuff for the BBC, and I parked for 3 hours, and it was 21 quid, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So to park anywhere for £12.50, amazing. And so we parked there, and there were loads of Kiss fans, right? So of course I'm leaning out the window going, "Kiss Army!" And I'm just getting disgusted, embarrassed looks from these two old people sat in the car with me. And also outside. Normally, back in the day, I remember driving past the Kentish Town Forum when there was a Kiss concert on. I wasn't going. And I slowed down, I opened my window, and I did the same thing. And I got the Kiss Army back. Did not get any reaction to last night. And I was gutted.
The Kiss Army were as fed up as Kiss were.
Yeah.
Do you know what I find hilarious about Kiss and Kiss fans?
Yes,
right?
Go on.
With some obvious exceptions, the majority of those Kiss fans looked like your average rock fan, right? And we're talking, kind of an older man, a white guy, wearing black jeans and a t-shirt, right? And obviously there to rock. Kiss, my friends, and I'm sure you know this, are as camp as tits. That is not hard rock. And I don't understand how some of them are so serious.
I just want to say hello to Fiona Gray, if you've joined us.
Fiona.
Thank you for subbing to us on Patreon. There were some definite choices being... I mean, there's a lot of old men in really crap Kiss merchandise. A lot. There were some choices. There are a lot of women in kind of leather and lace, that Bonnie Tyler Meatloaf leather and... I think that was the name of an album they recorded, Leather and Lace, that kind of leather and lace thing, and leather mini skirts or trousers and lace bodices.
There were some very daring outfits, actually.
I think you know where we're going, Catherine. Would you?
Yes.
I feel it would be inappropriate for me as a man to describe it. I think it would be more appropriate coming from a lady. Besides it, I mean the outfit, not the...
To describe Or a
The
woman
indescribable.
who was wearing underwear and a fishnet body stocking.
It was a fishnet body stocking, and it was like, I don't know what was the material. Was it leather? Was it PVC? Was it lycra?
I think it was pleather.
It was like a sort of bodice, but it was like a thong at the back.
Yeah.
Her ass certainly made it look like a thong, and it was right. It was bold, but then
Listen, a decision had been made.
Yeah.
A decision had been made, and it was approved of. Let's just say that her photo ops were manifold, almost as much as the photos I got when I dressed up as Velma for Comic-Con, not realizing that Velma was a thing.
That was a thing. We went to Comic-Con to record something that we never finished, and you dressed up as Velma. Oh my God, those nerdy horn dogs were all over you.
I was being stopped outside.
Oh, George's woman is Fiona. Thank you.
Hey, Fiona.
But you wouldn't let me get a picture with her last night. People were going up to her, going, "Go and get a picture, love."
Listen, you would not have dared. You didn't even dare stand near her.
I didn't want the gravitational pull. But it was one hell of a night. It was a great show. It was a little flatter than some of the others. It was a great show. The band before them, what are they called? Skindred?
Skindred.
It was too loud. How did they get to have it that loud? It was too loud.
We went in and our faces went like this, like a hairdryer.
One of my kidneys disintegrated. I'm down to one kidney now.
Yeah.
The vibrations just made it disintegrate.
What you called it was brown noise.
Yeah.
It was so penetrative, the noise, that it actually went straight to your bowels.
The chat is loving Skindred. We got some Skindred fans. That's not a Venn diagram I expected to see. Late night alternative, Skindred. I did not expect a crossover there. So, Paul Bodell stayed at my house. Wonderful gentleman. Became friends through the show. Consider him a very close personal friend now. Or at least I did until this morning.
What did you find?
I'm going to tell you, Katherine, and you're not going to believe it. So he was staying in my eldest's bedroom. I had a shower. Paul was downstairs. He got up early. He was downstairs. He'd left his bedroom door open. I walked past it, and I saw not only the bed was made immaculately.
Of course it was.
It was like he'd had a ruler out and measured it immaculate.
I would expect nothing less.
On it, he had his clothes and his wash things and his bag, except he had definitely used a ruler. He'd laid out his T-shirt, was folded. It was a square, and then an inch and a half above that was... And then he had laid it out in the same way I imagine Mark Chapman laid out his clothes the day he went to the Dakota building. It was...
Meticulous.
It was freaky. I could not get him out of my house quick enough.
That's it.
But there was so much. He had quite a lot of stuff. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Seriously, Katherine, tell me why you'd do that.
I mean, I wouldn't. My stuff would be sprinkled around the room liberally, as you know, just where I thought of it.
Yeah.
But I know Bodell is a meticulous man. He's a very well turned out, very precise, and yet fun person to have around. I think he's perfect, pretty much. So it doesn't astound me. I would think that Paul Bodell's things come out of his bag by magic. He's like sort of the male Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
They just appeared. I don't think he placed them there. I think they came out on a rainbow.
I think he's a weirdo. I think we need to change the URL of our Patreon and our Twitch, and no one here must tell him. Right?
He knows where you live now.
I'm moving. I'm moving. But it was a lovely night. It was a great concert. It was a lot of fun. I mean, yes, I've been driving literally for 6 hours yesterday, but that's okay. They just fell asleep in the car like rude people.
You told us to, because actually when you're driving, you don't like to talk.
I don't like to talk. I like to listen. I was very tired, though. Very tired.
Yeah, you put Bezic on, didn't you?
I put old man Bezic on, not young man Bezic.
I kept fading in and out.
I went to the BBC Broadcasting House Wednesday to record some stuff. Met a very nice comedian, guy called Dane Baptiste. So I did record like a week of links.
Was he related to Clinton?
No, for their comedy club, right? That goes out Saturday through to Friday, 10 till midnight, and they play some old comedy shows from the vaults, right? And I've done it for years, and I don't know if anybody listens because I have only ever twice in 6-8 years of doing it had people tweet me and say, "Oh, I heard you on the comedy club, really enjoyed it." Twice. Normally, if you pop up on something, you get a few tweets or stuff like that. Just put the dono link in the chat, Raymond. But nothing. Anyway, so you basically record a week's worth of links in one session, and it's kind of Emily Jane's mum listens. Okay, well
then we got a show.
Not next week, but the week after. I hope she enjoys my ramblings and my ASMR and my mukbang that I'm doing. But yeah, so I met this comedian, Dane Baptiste. Visionary. This is getting worn tomorrow. And he was a nice guy. And it was normally those interviews. Yes, Catherine.
You're wearing that tomorrow. That'll be the last I see of you for 2 weeks, and you'll be wearing that.
Yeah.
Just check him.
GBS Bagsy says maybe people just don't tweets.
Maybe people don't.
I don't think people just do tweets. Anyway, I met this guy, Dane Baptiste, is a very nice guy, and it was actually we ended up having quite a metaphysical conversation about life, death, purpose, meaning, whys, WHYS. WHY apostrophe S.
No.
And it was, anyway, he was nice. I'm going to go on his podcast. Oh, and I think that's the end of that story, actually.
Oh, that was good.
I think that's the end of that story. Nigel says, I don't tweet, a thread. I've heard this. So Threads is the new one. Apparently it's shite. It's an alpha.
You don't get to see people you follow, their tweets or something, automatically.
But may I remind people of what Twitter was when it started about 13 years ago? And do you know what? We'll look at those later on. We'll look at old Twitter and old Facebook. Because I tried to play Farmville and Mafia Wars a couple of days ago. No one there playing it anymore. That's a good joke, isn't it, actually? Do you remember Twitter, Mafia Wars and Farmville?
Farmville was more my circle, but I've muted notifications a long time ago, so I don't know what everyone's getting up to with their farms anymore.
At some part, I'm very close to banning you. Threads will go nuclear at some point. We've had enough Threads nuclear jokes to last us forever, Tumpa. You're yay close. But Twitter, when it started, remember Twitter, you used to be able to get a text notification. Do you remember this? You could get a text, I think, if someone tweeted you. A bot, that someone set up like an Iain Lee bot, and I had to get a little bit arsey with them and say, can I have that at Iain Lee, please? No. You just use it's mine. Can I have it? And I got it in the end. So I think I'm going to sign up for Threads and see. Expecting it to be crap now. Oh, you could text a tweet, right? Okay, thank you. We'll have a look Amy's going to join us soon to talk about cakes with faces. We will have after that. We'll have a little look at old Twitter and old Facebook and just reminisce.
That'll be such fun.
That'd be a lot of fun, won't it?
We should look at MySpace. I wonder if we can.
Yeah, you can. You think you can see my MySpace profile? God, MySpace was wild, right?
Yeah, I got a lot of really great guests from MySpace. I found a Sioux Nation member living in Watford to interview.
Oh my God, my Facebook page is. I'll show you.
Your MySpace.
MySpace. Hang on a minute.
Has it gone?
Zoom screen. It's that. It's make it bigger.
Oh.
That's it. Oh look, that's it.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear. That's
I had attached a song to. You could attach a song to it, couldn't you, to your MySpace?
Yeah.
I think I had Lily Allen for a while, and then I had a Fergie one. about the smell of lingers through me now. That one.
That makes me sad.
Listen, it's
Oh,
probably for the best.
it's probably for the best, Catherine. I'm trying to drag that over, but it won't let me. Hang on. Drag it over. It's probably for the best. I
Yeah,
had
let's keep the
400.
memory special. It's like when you see your flipping wedding video. Oh my God, I thought it looked all right. I didn't realize I had that
Oh,
stuck to me bum.
oh well, this is interesting.
Mhm.
My friends list is still there, without pictures. If you have a look at see if there's. Let's have a look at the friend list. Zoom screen. So, the England All Stars, Claire McLaughlin. Why do I know that name? Nick Ferris was a Nick Ferrari spoof. I mean, we're looking at Chris Tugwell. Did he? Balcony shirts. La, 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 la.
Oh, he was always there.
I saw Anna Rayburn somewhere. Ken Livingstone.
Pasquale now, was that Lino?
It might have been.
I bet it was.
No, it wasn't. It was a Joe Pasquale spoof call we used to
Joe
have.
underscore Pasquale, yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was someone used to phone up and pretend to be Joe Pasquale. Some people think it was Joe Pasquale. L. Ron Hubbard, Handsome Dave Rocker. Does MySpace still goes, right? I think it still goes. Oh,
Mackenzie Lee. Picture still exists.
Mackenzie Lee. Should we see what Mackenzie Lee's up to these days?
Still botting by the looks of it.
Still botting. It's a Keith Barron wasteland, Catherine.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all my
It's
friends.
a shame. It's a graveyard.
Photos. Iain Lee does not have any photos.
Again, just probably for the best.
Do you know what? Probably is. It probably is. Yeah, that was a time to be alive.
It was fun, right? I remember at work setting up MySpace and then it turned into Facebook and getting guests on there and being told off by my boss for, and I quote, messing about on the computer.
Oh, do you remember when we tried to drag BBC Three Counties Radio into the late 1990s, about 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to have a podcast, the best of the show. And they said, why? I said, well, because it will help get a bigger audience. It's not what we're interested in. So it took me months and months and months before they would even say, it took like a year. All right, okay, you can apply for a podcast. Here is the form you need to fill in. A 12-page form where you would have to write, what would the cost be to the BBC? What would the time, how long would it take to make? What would that impact? So someone's obviously spending time doing that. What would the negative impact be on the BBC? Why are you doing it? Will you be promoting any? 12 pages. Well, I filled it in, sent it off, and then 4 months later, you get it back from the BBC. Yeah, you can do a best of podcast. It was nuts. They didn't want us to do it.
And then about 5, maybe 6 years after telling me off for messing about on the computer,
Yes.
they set up their own Facebook and it
Oh.
was didn't ask me what I've been doing or anything. Just they went for it and it was completely personality less. It was supposed to be not anybody's voice. So you would write to BBC
Not
Three
anybody's
Counties and
voice. That was it.
Yeah, it was just completely neutral. It was like writing to customer services.
Because you both of us have kind of said, there's this thing called Facebook and Twitter where you can use it to promote the show, and they hated it.
Yeah.
Then when they set up their own Facebook, they then didn't want anyone else to promote stuff on theirs. I had the login to that Facebook for quite a while, and then they Lawrence rightly took it off me. Oh God, hang on a second. Because Amy's going to join us and I just want to get the links. We got some links for Amy. In fact, let's get Amy in here and then there she is.
She is.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey Amy, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you guys?
Good. I am just going to go to my Twitter, to our DMs, and I'm going to get all of your links and I'm going to put them in the chat I think I'm just about to join this Zoom meeting because I've clicked on the wrong thing.
Oh, you absolutely
a little bit like an idiot.
melt.
So let's see. So if you're watching, dear listener, I'm just going to put some links, and I will put these in a few times. Right, hang on a second. Here we go. We're going to put that there. Right, Amy, it's lovely to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
It's a pleasure. Right, so I don't know. Are you friends with Vamped Teas, Fiona
Anderson?
Who is that?
Obviously you're not. She's on Insta, right? And I'm going to Japan, and she's kind of a friend of ours. She makes designs clothes and things. And she said, "Oh, I found this great Instagram feed that you're going to want to follow, Cakes with Faces." And she just posts loads and loads of cool stuff about Japan. And I was like, okay, right, I'm totally in. And I followed, and then I saw that you had a book, which I bought. This is the best guide to Japan ever.
Thank you.
It's incredible. There's so much in it. And all I've done, I'm going to be honest, I flicked through it 3 times, and each time I have found something that is going to shape the trip. One was about the using the rail pass to get the Shinkansen and when to put the Shinkansen and all of that. I've done that years ago, but I dread it. Another one was that while we're in Tokyo, there's this huge festival where they light 30,000 lanterns, and it goes on for about 3 or 4 days. And
I'm jealous you get to go to that. I've always wanted to go to that one.
It looks so cool. And what was... the other thing was the pocket Wi-Fi. So you go on to... Get this... This is wild. You go onto this website and you say, right, I'm going to be in Japan for these dates. I would like Wi-Fi, please. And then you go to the airport when you get there, and you go to this place and they give you a dongle that you just carry around with you. So you have Wi-Fi. And
Wow.
I wouldn't have known any... And this is coming with me. It's going to get devoured on the plane. I wouldn't have known any of this stuff, Amy, without you. So already, thank you.
I'm glad it's helpful. I just remember the first time I went to Japan, there were so many things that I didn't know, and I was so excited about it, but it was also kind of nerve-wracking because you don't know how different it's going to be, or if you're even going to be able to understand anything. So I just tried to put everything in my book that you might need to know if you don't know anything about Japan.
The thing about Japan as well, I've been 3 times. I went once very briefly to do some filming where I got to interview the guy that made Space Invaders and the guy that did Pac-Man, stuff like that. And I've been a couple of times since. And I was learning Japanese for a while, but I've forgotten it now. All I can say is Korewa Dare no Kasa desu ka. That's it. That's the only thing I've got. Whose umbrella is this? Which ain't much use. Although I'm going to start picking up people's umbrellas and waving them. But part of the reason I like Japan is because it's so alien. If you're in Europe, you can kind of work out what a lot of those words are saying. But in Japan, you can't, and I love that. I find that it's a little bit scary, but it's really freeing, isn't it?
Like saying about words, the Japanese word for family is kazoku, which just sounds completely different to anything, if you know French or German or any other language.
And we all love Katherine and I both like Nico, cats, and Ringo, apples. So right, tell me, this started off as a YouTube channel?
Yes, yeah.
When and why?
It's so Cakes with Faces is my business. Originally, I was a designer, which I still am. I designed T-shirts and dresses and cute things. And, people say you should start a YouTube channel to promote your small business. So I thought, what could I make videos about? And then I thought something that I like and that my customers also like is Japan. So I started making videos about it. I had a series called All the Best Stuff is from Japan, where I just sort of told stories about funny and interesting and strange things from Japan. And then when I next went there, I thought I'll take my camera and film some travel vlogs. And I put them up, and I've been doing that ever since. So I wrote my book in 2020, which was a great time to launch a travel book when no one could go to Japan.
When Japan closed down, didn't it? It shut.
So I launched it through a Kickstarter. And when I was just starting the Kickstarter, I was feeling really bad that my book wouldn't be ready in time for cherry blossom season, which is like March, April time. And that's the most popular time of year to go to Japan. I thought I feel really bad for all the people going then who won't be able to take my book. But then it turned out no one could go to cherry blossom season that year because it was 2020, and no one could go for like 2 years after that, 2 or 3 years. But it still went really well with the Kickstarter. People have still bought my book, even though they couldn't go. There were so many people, maybe like you as well, just dreaming of Japan and wishing you could go. And so it's been really good now seeing people going to Japan and taking my book with them and sending me pictures. That's been really nice.
Me and my boys, because I'm taking my kids who are 11 and 13. They've never been. So this is why I need something like this. We will send you lots of pictures. I think on Insta that this is your job, and it has been for a few years. That's a bold step. What was it like giving up, a safe job, I imagine, and going all in on this?
That was really scary. It was a big leap. So I ran Cakes with Faces for about 3 or 4 years, just in the evenings and weekends, and I spent all my time on it. So I knew I'd sort of built it up a little bit before I left my job, but not having paychecks anymore is really scary. But no, looking back, the house wasn't repossessed. Everything's fine. And that was 9 years ago now.
Wow.
This week was my self-employed anniversary.
Incredible. I think that's really inspiring. We've had to change the way we work, me and Katherine, over the last, when did we leave talk? Was it 2020? So the last 3 or 4 years, we've kind of been doing this and Patreon and stuff and trying to make it work. So for you to do that, and I suppose we're lucky because we've got each other to whinge about and say, oh my God, I don't know if I can pay the mortgage this month. You had to do this all on your own, I'm guessing.
I had my husband to support me as well.
Okay.
And then I supported him when he went self-employed because he makes video games. So we did it for each other. And I saved up so it would be okay. But you just never know, do you? Mm-hmm. It's very scary.
What video games does he make?
The game they've released is called Paradise Killer.
Okay.
I think it's on all the consoles now. It's a narrative murder mystery game.
It is on the whiteboard. That means in about 6 months' time, I'm going to look at it, go, Katherine, why did I write that down? And then
I will remember. This is my job.
Katherine, I just remembered you've been to Japan, Katherine. Well, would you like to share your Japan story with Amy, please? I've just been told my friend Sean Bell from the computer game show apparently loves that game. So it's got the computer game show thumbs up. Katherine, sorry.
My sister was cabin crew and asked me on a Wednesday whether I fancied going to Japan that weekend, and it would cost me £80, and I had to sit on a jump seat all the way there. So one of those flat down seats that the crew sit on. I thought, well, I might as well.
It's a long flight, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it was.
Well, you wait till you hear what happened when she got there.
So no, they treated me really nicely because obviously I was like her sister. So the cabin crew felt really sorry for me. They brought me my own DVD player, which was a massive luxury in those days. And they were bringing me wine from first class, which is always helpful. But then when we got there, we basically stayed at Narita for the entire time. So it was like staying at the airport lodge at flipping Heathrow or something. But the Japanese crew took us out a couple of times, and I'm glad they did. There was one occasion where my sister and I went rogue and decided to go for a walk, and we took this map with us. And as you say, it's like I speak French and Spanish, but there I was like an alien. You can't even recognize the shape of the words to know if you're going in the right direction. So we started walking to this temple that was supposed to be quite near to where we were staying. We were walking for ages and ages and ages. And we said, well, look, the railway track is there. Surely we're in the right direction. And after about 2 hours of just walking, we saw the only other person we saw that afternoon, a girl on a bike, came towards us, and we sort of stopped her and said, excuse me, can you tell us where we are on this map? And she did this I find out later, quite a Japanese thing, which is not wanting to tell us bad news. So there was a lot of, and she sort of went to us, you're not on the map. You're here.
Oh no.
So yeah, that was our one attempt. We didn't try Tokyo, but we might have actually been better off in Tokyo, because I'm told that it's a little bit more, there's some more English sort of writing there and stuff.
Well, when I was learning Japanese and we went to, and I wasn't great, but I could get around, and my best conversation was, does this bus go here? And they said no. I said, well, what bus does? And they said, no bus does. Anyway, that was my best. But I remember if you try and speak Japanese in Tokyo, most people want to practice their English, so they will use that as an opportunity. But you talk about that. The first time I went with my partner at the time, There was a Japanese band I love called the Kurikorda Quartet, this little folk group. And I emailed them and said, big fan of your work. I'm going to be in Tokyo on these dates. I wondered if you have any gigs. A week later, I got an email saying, we are delighted to put on a show for you and your partner. Please join us as our guests of honor at this. And it was wild. It was wild. And we had a little map and we couldn't find it. And someone saw us looking at the map and came over and in very broken English said, can I help? And I said, we're trying to find here. She didn't recognize it. So get this, she phoned up the venue, asked where they were. And she said, it's a 20-minute walk away. And she took us there. And this was our first night, and me and my partner were thinking, is this a sex thing? This is weird. And
we got friendly. It has to be a sex thing.
Well, because we lived in London, so you're used to being scammed. She took us to the venue, and she went, here you are. And we said, please let us buy you a drink. No, have a great evening, goodbye. That was it. And there's a lot of that in Japan, isn't there? They generalization, but a lot of people are very, very helpful, more so than I would suggest are certainly in London.
Definitely. That's happened to me as well. Not quite that long a journey, but I've been standing looking confused and someone's come along and helped me. And it's just so nice how people are so friendly and polite. And, in things like shops and restaurants as well, people treat you well and actually pay attention to you and give you good service, which coming from London is a bit of a shock sometimes.
Why Japan? What was your first experience going there? Why did it connect with you so much?
It actually started through anime, which is strange because I don't really watch that much anime anymore. But I used to go to Anime Club where we watched an episode of each series each week.
Wow.
And through that, I found out more and more things about Japan that I liked, like the Japanese fashion in Harajuku, the kawaii, cute design style, all the characters they have, Hello Kitty and all of that. Japanese food. I started learning a bit of Japanese. And now Japanese travel around Japan is what I'm most interested in at the moment, probably.
How many times have you been over there?
Oh, loads of times. I started going in 2010 and I just go whenever I can. So it was bad the last few years when we weren't allowed to get into Japan finally.
That was wild because this was a Christmas present for my boys. Not last Christmas, the Christmas before. And it was rumored that Japan might be opening up in August or September, and then it wasn't. And I'm really glad it didn't, because it means I've had another year to kind of save up, and I sold a load of stuff so that we could afford it. So I've got a 13-year-old boy and an 11-year-old boy. One thing you would say is essential in Tokyo?
Just one thing. I have more than one.
You can have, all right, go on then. I'll give you three.
I think they'll love the games arcades for sure. They like playing games.
Of course, right? They love playing games. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always fun. They've got the UFO catches where you can win prizes, the claw machines, all sorts of games, the old arcade machines, retro games, all sorts of things. They'll love that.
Brilliant.
And there's lots of them in Akihabara, which that's like the anime center of Tokyo, where there's loads of anime shops, loads of arcades. They'll definitely love that. And I would really recommend Team Lab Planets. Have you heard of that?
Team Lab Planets? No, what's that?
It's a sort of indoor attraction, and it's got all these different rooms that you walk around, and it's got projection mapping all around the walls with lights and music, and you just go around and experience this immersive.
Is that the thing where you take your shoes off and you walk through water?
Yes, that's the one. So there's a
got
couple
tickets.
Of rooms. Oh, good.
Got tickets. Yeah, go on, carry on it, because this looks incredible. Go on, tell me more.
So yeah, you take your shoes off as soon as you get in there and walk around. And some of the rooms have different floors. Like one of them has a squishy floor that you have to try and scramble across. And there's a couple of rooms that are filled with water, and they have projections on the water. So there are like fish that react as you move around. It's not just a video. It's I guess programmed in real time to react to the people there, and it's just so different.
Yeah.
So good.
One more. You did say three.
Mm-hmm. Another fun one that you might not have heard of is the Trick Art Museum.
No, what's that?
It's in Odaiba in Tokyo Bay, and it's got all optical illusions around the walls. So they're like kind of like murals, some of them painted on the walls, but you pose with the murals, and when you take a photo, it looks like you're part of whatever's going on. So there's like monsters, or it looks like you've got something on your head, or like there's one with a vampire with a glass, and so you crouch down and it looks like you're inside the glass when you take a photo.
Oh, fantastic.
And that is a lot of fun. You'll come away with so many silly photos.
It's on the list. Where else? Obviously, we're going to Tokyo. We've got 3 or 4 nights in Kyoto. We're going to go to there's an indie game expo while we're there, and then the last 3 days we're going to Universal Studios because the boys really want to go to Super Nintendo World, and so we're doing that. We're doing the full-on tourist thing there. Where else would you recommend in Japan to go?
Oh, there's so many good places.
Yeah.
But if you're going to Osaka and Kyoto, you could go on a day trip to Miyajima, which is a really beautiful place. It's about half an hour from Hiroshima on the train.
This is the island with the deer.
Yes.
I've been there. Go on, carry on.
You know then.
I didn't realise it was that close to Kyoto.
Yeah, it's about 2.5 hours on the bullet train, so it's the most you'd really want to do on a day trip, but I think it's worth it.
Describe it, because this place is wild.
It's an island, and it's got, the Japanese torii gates with the 2 poles and the gate going across.
Yeah.
There's one of them in the water, which is just so beautiful. There are wild deer walking around, and when the tide goes out, you can walk right up to the gate in the water, so you get the nice view of it when the tide's in. Then the tide goes out, you can go right up to it and see how big it is.
Wow. And the deer are tame. We had a little picnic in the woods, and we made the mistake of turning our backs, and suddenly there are 20 deer eating our crisps and stuff. The last time we went there, we went right out of season, and there weren't many people staying there. We were watching the weather report. And I went, that's where we are. And suddenly it started flashing red. And they started going, super tornado, super tornado. And I went, I don't think this is a good place to be at this moment. Hiroshima's an amazing place to go to as well. We did an afternoon in Hiroshima. And wow, you want to be humbled and, really think that's one hell of a place to go.
It's not a fun visit, but I think it is really something to look around that museum and think this is where all this happened, especially when it's such a beautiful place now. I was there on a really sunny day. I thought this is so different from all the stuff in the museum. Wow.
It's weird and it's stunning, and they've still got that dome, which I think is the only thing that survived the bomb. They've got that dome there, and it's incredible. Catherine, I need to take you to Japan one day.
My God, that would be great. Will we leave the airport this time?
we would leave the airport.
Bagsy not reading the map though. You can do that bit.
That's the bit I'm kind of not looking forward to. But
the thing is, now we've got Google Maps, right?
Yeah. Last time we went, so Alex hadn't been born, so that would have been 13 years ago, and it was really expensive to use phones. And I don't know, for a while they had a different phone system to us as well. And anyway, it was a nightmare getting around. But I'm a little bit nervous still about it. But yeah, have you ever considered moving there, Amy?
I do love it there and how things work. But I think if you live somewhere, it kind of loses its magic, probably. It's different from going on a trip. And I think a lot of things are quite difficult if you live there. Like a lot of their processes are quite convoluted. Like if you have to fill in a form for anything, I've heard that's a complete nightmare. Right. They still use fax machines in Japan. So some things are quite old fashioned.
Do they? Hang on a minute. This is the land of the future.
I know, right? But yeah, I just want to go on lots of trips instead.
And let's get some plugs in. First of all, I cannot recommend this book enough. Even if you're not going, you're just interested in Japan. I mean, it's ridiculously big. I'm never going to get through all of this, but I am going to destroy this on the aeroplane. Even if you're just interested in Japan, thoroughly recommend that. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I've put the link for your YouTube videos in there. You do a lot of stuff on Instagram as well, and I love watching your posts. So this is your job.
Yeah.
So is it like set out right? Tomorrow morning, 9:00, I'm going to do 3 Instagram posts, and how do you make it work?
Well, normally first thing I do, I post up my orders from my website, and then I've always got some other projects going on. I do my Instagram. I do a video once a week or every 2 weeks at the moment.
Right.
I used to do every week, but it takes me a long time to edit them. I probably spend way too long on them, being perfectionist about it. But yeah, there's a project I've almost finished that's going to be coming out next month that you might be interested in if you like cute things and Japan. So look out for that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good just being in charge of your own time and deciding what you want to spend your time on for what you're interested in at the moment.
Twitch King says, I've just subscribed to your channel. I'm planning my first trip for 2024. So excited to watch your vlogs. Just going back to Paradise Killer. Just, you may want to know, Graham says, oh my God, that game is amazing. With Nail and Pie says, good game. Dave Hodgkins, Paradise Killer is incredible. Paradise Killer is so good. And Roger says, I haven't played it. Okay, well, that's not particularly helpful.
Thanks, Roger.
That's not particularly helpful. Amy, it's so lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for coming on. When your new project is out, get in touch and come on again, and we'll very, very happily talk about it. The book is Your Guide to Japan, Cakes with Faces. Go and look for Cakes with Faces and follow and like and subscribe and do all of those things. Thank you so much, Amy. And I will send you pictures of your book in very exciting places.
It always makes me so happy to see it on its travels. And I can't wait to hear about your trip and all the things you're going to do.
I shall bombard you with pictures and stuff and let you know. Thank you so much, Amy. Enjoy the rest of your evening and we'll speak soon.
Thank you. You too.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Honestly, Katherine, you are going to have to come to Japan at some point.
Well, that'll be very, very fun.
What life, right? But 9 years ago going, you know what? I think the books I'm writing and the YouTube, I think I can make that work. I'm going to give that a go. And 9 years later, it's a business and it's working. That's really, really inspiring.
It is, because it's hard. I mean, we found it's very difficult and very different when you're not working for someone else. You know, you haven't got that extra moment of, well, you know, if I'm having a difficult time at work, I can possibly have a word with my boss and they can help me out with it. You are your boss, right? So if anyone's going to help you out, it's you. And if you can't do it, you can't do it.
She's good. I've seen a couple of the videos. She's good, and the book is good. You have to be good to make it work.
And disciplined. Keep doing it.
How funny she mentioned Miyajima. I went there. I can never remember its name. Twitch King says Japan is my dream trip. So glad I caught this stream. Will definitely be getting the book. I paid good money for this, and I bought a phrase book from Amazon, and it's a bit crap. It's
all in there, is it?
This is all you need. Graham says, as a self-employed creative person, I found her inspiring. It's not easy. She's obviously really good at what she does. Excellent stuff. We'll post the Zoom link in the chat in a little bit. If you feel like joining us, you'd be very, very welcome to. We are off for a couple of weeks. Am I going to Studio Ghibli or Disney? No. My boys aren't really into that Ghibli stuff. We're going to do Universal Studios. But also, look, can I just say for the record, my friend June is staying in the house to feed the cat, so don't get any fancy ideas, guys.
Yeah, and she's massive. She'll get you.
She's not. She's quite an old lady.
No, but
however,
she knows skills.
She's got skills. She's got skills. It was. Do I have someone come in every day to feed the cats? Well, that's not really fair on them. For 5 days, okay. For 2 weeks, no. Do I pay for them to go in a hotel? You know what? For a little bit more, I get the delightful June comes in. I hope she doesn't lay out her clothes on the bed like Paul Bodell does. That would...
What, geometrically? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be freaky. I'm getting really excited now. I had my last client today. I'm officially on my hollybobs. I turned down some work for tomorrow. I got an email, short notice, can Iain get to Brentford tomorrow to do a talking head for this thing? And in theory, yes, I could. But then that kind of compresses everything.
Yeah.
And I went, do you know what? I'm really sorry I can't. It's the last day before I go away, last 2 days before I go away, and I've got stuff to do.
That's good.
Yeah, it felt good.
That's good. Sometimes you've got to be realistic with yourself and actually say, why would I complicate matters? I know what I'm doing. I need to do it this way. There'll be another time. And if there isn't, there isn't. You're not chasing that anymore
No,
anyway.
exactly. It felt really, really good. And I've had a couple of, I'm not working for 2.5 weeks. The week I get back, I've said no to clients on the Monday and Tuesday because I'm going to be jet lagged. And I start again on the Thursday. The Smith said the art of saying no is a liberating thing. Oh, man, it's so good.
Yeah. And also, I heard a phrase the other day, and it's one I'm holding close to my heart. No is a complete sentence.
And here's something I was reminded of, actually. If you struggle saying no, and this is great as well. This works. Someone comes up and says, Iain, could you do this thing for me? Iain, would you be on this podcast for me? And it's perfectly acceptable to go, can I go away and think about it and get back to you? If they need an answer then, that's on them. I have never heard anyone go, oh, for fuck's sake.
As long as you do, because
sure.
what I don't like is this little soft showbiz rejection couched in a let me talk to someone about it, and then you never hear from them again.
I hate that. I hate that, and that's television and radio. No, would you do this? And sometimes it can be hard to say no, and sometimes you're not quite sure, do I want to do it, or am I saying yes to people please, or what? So simple, can I get back to you on that?
Yeah.
And then you go away, and if you want to do a pros cons list, or if you want to think about it, or whatever, that just buys you a little bit of thinking time, and most people don't object to that. So finished clients, got some stuff to pick up a prescription tomorrow, got to post some swimming trunks to David Turner's, got pack.
I've got your sunglasses, I'll bring them tomorrow.
I've got another pair, but bring those.
I could auction them off then.
You could do that. Yeah.
No, I won't.
Crunchy said, I think I take people's answers literally. So if they say they'll get back to me, I expect it. So when they don't, I will never get the hint. No, and this is not me saying that so you never get back to them. It's a genuine go away, give it 24 hours. Visionary said, I've said no too many times, starting to say yes a little. That's absolutely fine. Roger says Finnish clients as in the country Finland.
Good one.
And do you know what? It felt so good seeing my last client. It was a good session. And it finished and I went, oh, I'm done. I'm going to go and have a doze. I couldn't have a doze because I was thinking about too much stuff. But I am now officially looking forward to this wonderful adventure. 20 hours from start to finish on Sunday morning. But yeah.
Fun times will be had, and you've deserved it. It's been a really hard few years.
Yeah.
And this will be a nice break.
And this is this spend up will not be possible for a long, long time. So we're going to suck it up and enjoy every single second of it. So we are off for 2 weeks. However, you can still support us on Patreon. The Patreon link is going to appear in the chat right now. Whoa! Shit the bed!
What happened? What's happened?
Raymond Groves Paris has just tipped £100. Raymond, would you like this shirt?
Raymond, would you like my house?
Raymond, would you like this shirt? I will send you I don't know why you'd want it. It's an unpleasant shirt that I'm going to throw away, and it stinks, and I wouldn't wash it before sending it. Wow, Raymond.
Thank you. That's incredibly kind.
Everybody loves Raymond, says with nail and pie. He's probably heard that joke before, so maybe I shouldn't have said it out loud. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Are you sure that's right? You haven't slipped.
No refunds. Happy Shark, thank you for the sub, and thank you for your kind words on Twitter yesterday. That is above and beyond generous and is really, really appreciated. Thank you very much indeed. I was just in the process of saying you can support. Katherine and I are doing 2 shows a week still, sometimes more. And you can support us by going to patreon.com/Iain and Katherine. If you're listening to the podcast, that's Patreon, patreon.com/IAIN and Katherine with a K. You can support us £2 a month. $4.99 will get you access to all of the shows, past and present, and indeed future. And Raymond says, just love the show.
Well, thank you.
I've been thinking about this a lot, really, recently. We are so lucky. okay, we are so, there is it's certainly a huge element of luck, but also creativity on our part that we have. And what am I trying to say? Let me get this right. About 10 years ago, we realised radio could be something different. I mean, we both knew that before we'd met. And we knew it could be fun and we knew it could be dumb, but yet still interesting and intelligent.
And we'd had glimpses of it, hadn't we?
We'd had glimpses of it. I had a great run on LBC and Absolute, yeah. Then it was kind of brought back. So we knew it could be dumb and fun and didn't have to be, well, they've raised parking prices in Milton Keynes by 25 pence, which is something we actually did once.
I didn't.
I bloody well did. But it was about 10 years ago we realised that actually maybe there, you know, and it wasn't conscious at first, but there is an ability to create a community that is more than just the radio show, that is more than just people listening or phoning in. Actually, there is a sense of community. And a lot of it has been subconscious and has just happened. There have been moments when we've kind of realised it and gone, oh, okay, well, maybe we can do a little something with this. Let's go and do a show in Scunthorpe, even though only 18 people are going to rock up.
Let's go and play tag in the park.
Let's go and play tag in the park. Do you remember in Scunthorpe, someone's mum came in and dropped some videos off for us? You know, remember that? It was awesome. And that, all of that stuff, the show in Scunthorpe, the game of tag, the people phoning up playing hide and seek on the radio has led to this moment now, has led to people subscribing to us now, people being incredibly generous at a time when money is so tight for everybody, has, you know, it's led to this moment where we can come on Twitch once a month and people will watch us and donate, where people are prepared to pay a few quid to carry on listening to the shows and sustaining this community. And you know, I've really been thinking about it a lot this week. It's flipping amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing? And I was saying, maybe it was to Paul, I can't remember, we've made it work for the last 3 years on our terms. It wasn't what we intended to do, it wasn't the plan, but we've made it work. We've made it work. We couldn't have made it work without you guys.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
This is true. And here's another thing. I start a new job in September. I'm going to be a teacher. And, you know, part of me thinks, oh, my God, what on earth am I going to tell these kids? But I also can show them that there is like a really beautiful side to this kind of creative media that they can tap into. And a lot of it is about honesty and being authentic and trusting that you know the person you're talking to. And I really do feel like I know who I'm talking to when I come on these streams. There's trust both ways. And I think it's actually really, really special. So thank you. Thank you for holding us up when we didn't know what we were going to do, because it's always felt like that, hasn't it? That we've got you on our side. So appreciated.
Thank you, team. Trash says, I loved watching that shite 80s movie with you lot. You have to, was that the Christmas one? Or was it Super Mario Bros?
Or was it one of the film nights you organised?
Guys, what is going on? Max is back in the house. Max has tipped us £50.
Oh, Max, hello.
Max, very generous, thank you. We were talking about you the other day because it was a while ago that you'd been talking to his daughter.
Yeah, but I've had a couple of emails with Max and he's just so supportive.
That was it. I think you've been speaking to Max and we were talking about you, yeah.
He knows about, you know, I've been looking to, I don't know, run something. Let's say you've got your counselling and I was looking to put my feet down on the ground and have something solid of my own as well.
But you couldn't because the chair was too high. You've got tiny legs.
This is true. So, you know, Max has been sort of, every now and again I get a little, it's almost like a little knock at the door and he puts his head round. Is everything all right? And it's just really nice to have someone that kind of solid and wise in my corner.
And Max is, you know, the reason I did radio anyway was to prove Max wrong or something. It was something.
Yeah, there was a weird butting of heads. Max said, why don't you do this? And you went, oh, if it was that easy, I would have done it.
Right, I'll do it then. So that was, and I'm so proud of that. You know, that was an experiment that ran its course, and I think it was great. And you know, I was thrilled with that, and that was down to you, Max. So thank you for that. Trash says the one in Islington. Oh, was it Kung Fu? What was his name? Kung Fu Lewis.
No.
Kung Fu... not because Nigel's put Kung Fu Warren. It wasn't that.
No.
Kung Fu Elliot.
Kung Fu Elliot.
Kung Fu Elliot. Was it that one?
Yeah.
I still don't...
Or was it Weird Science?
I was thinking about that film the other day. I think they pulled a fast one on us. I don't think it's real.
I don't think it's real.
No. George's mum said, you both kept me going at a really rough point. Thank you. Nellie Baines says, I've not been present recently for personal reasons. Should I do it in the accent or is that offensive?
Offensive. Do it anyway.
Well, yeah, you've not been as present recently for some personal reasons.
Where's it from? You've been knocking about with Bodell too much.
But it's great to be able to dip on the same vibe and welcoming communities there. Thank you for all you do. Morbid Magpie. And I like that because it's spelled mag, but then pie. P-O. I love this show and I'm happy to support you as much as I can, even when money is tight. The community is as much worth it as the content. And Nelly says the accent was spot on. Thank you. Paul Dixon has just tipped
Actually,
£10.
what he's put in capitals is, I'm not from Derry.
Paul Dixon has tipped £10. Can't let the cats go hungry. There's... Oh, she's gone. Don't actually have any cats. They're all CGI. But we can't afford the CGI anymore.
I saw that shed snakeskin on the side earlier, and I think there aren't going to be that many cats for that much longer because Patty has been eyeing the snake, and the snake has been eyeing Patty, and I know which one's going to win.
Swavey is flipping massive now. Do you want to see Swavey? He is huge. I need to shut the door because Pat goes for him. He is huge. Now,
I've taken a picture of them looking at each other. Every now and again, you'll catch Patty just looking through the glass like this, and the snake is like this, looking at her. And over the top, what you want is a little speech, a thought bubble thing saying, soon. Look at the size of that thing.
I won't pick him up for too long because he's eaten. But you can't see that he's eaten, so I need to start getting bigger mice.
Oh, you can. Look, there's a little dent in the middle there.
It's there, but it should be bigger. So we need to, when we get back, bigger mice. But he was like, he's a proper snake now.
Yeah, I remember when he was a little wormy thing.
Oh my God, I'm hypnotized bad. He's licking my nose. He's licking my nose.
Trust in me. Trust in me.
He's brilliant. Whoa, dude, where are you going?
Swavid. He wants to find that cat.
In.
Flash forward 5 years and it'd be like flipping Britney.
I just got to wash my hands. They're covered in salmonella apparently, so you got to wash your hands.
Tell you what I think snakes love. Not living there. I think they should live with the boys at their mums. I think that'd be lovely. Because that snake is getting flipping massive.
Well done, Pat. Thank you, darling.
Yikes indeed, visionary. Yikes indeed. Did you not spot that when you came over? It's just in the corner, but one day it's going to take up the whole room. Yeah, no, I'm not a massive snake fan myself either. A nope rope. Yeah, it's I can see it's a beautiful thing. I don't need to see it all the time. Is what I say about many things. Oh, speaking of beautiful things, Netflix, the Wham documentary, get it watched for heaven's sake. It's so good. Doesn't focus too much on George and his, various trials and tribulations. It's more about them as a pair. It's just so beautiful. I really, really enjoyed it. Talking about the Wham documentary on Netflix.
I watched the first hour of it. I didn't think I could get past the first 10 minutes because suddenly I was hit with being 8 years old. It just, boom, I was 8 years old and it was a Sunday night and it was a really, really, really uncomfortable feeling. So I thought, I don't think I can sit through this. It's reminding me of weird stuff, but I did. It's not the documentary is great. It just did something to me.
Yeah.
So I've seen the first hour and I'll watch the rest when we finish this.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was just saying to this lot that it doesn't really focus on George's trials and tribulations so much. There is a hint of it. There is a bit of it. But actually, it's really about them as two mates and the fact that, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I just think it's really beautiful. Two mates who understood each other completely and wanted the best for each other no matter what. Great. Just great. Loved it. Loved it. Nigel UK TV agrees. Wham doc is beautiful. I really enjoyed that. I am the man. Job after job. You it's over. Do you enjoy what you do? It's really good. I really enjoyed that. I've been looking forward to that for so long. I'm sad I've seen it now. Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to be honest. I'm enjoying it. I thought it was. I was thought it was. I'm thinking it's a little frothy. I was expecting a little bit.
It's not. It's not gritty. No.
No. I'm back on MySpace. I'm looking.
Damaged Hero says I would watch it, but I can't stop watching Brookside. Oh my God, which era are you in? Are you in the sad bit where that poor nurse fell down the stairs, or are you in the Barry Grant being a naughty boy, or are you Jimmy Corkill calling his brother a scab?
Or are you when it got silly and they had a cult? I've just found something on this MySpace. So what we're going to do is Paul. No, I did say thank you, Paul, but thank you. Is we're going to share screen because I've just found something weird on here.
Oh God, what?
But I don't know if it's first of all, is MySpace still?
Can you
working?
sign in? Can you remember?
I can't. And it would have been Iain Lee at Yahoo.
Oh, wow.
Or something like that. First of all, does people MySpace still work? So what I did was I looked here, right? And we look Iain Lee. Okay. Then some stuff comes up.
Oh my God, Psychic Sylvia.
She used to call the show a lot.
Don Eduardo.
But I don't know if any of these work. So
Click on one. It's got a play.
Samples. Okay.
I can't hear anything. Can you?
No, there's no. Let me just set it because it's not. Let me share sound, but there's nothing coming out. But there's a bar. Good evening, Iain Lee, Rick Saunders. And I mean, is MySpace still running? First of all, did one of my cats go up after the snake? Yeah, Pat's hates him. There's something. There's something here, but it's not quite doing what it needs to do.
Oh, what a shame.
I mean, these are old LBC shows, I guess. Yeah, it would have been LBC. So it does. I'm just going to move this out of the way. No, how strange. So there's stuff there, but it's just not quite clicking in. Isn't that okay? Well,
frustrating.
When I get really bored, maybe I'll have a little dig around. Oh, I'll tell you something I was going to show last week, and I haven't watched it, so it might be crap. But that's Paul Loves Recto said, I had a look at your MySpace in archive.org. There's a copy with photos from 2006. I can put in your Discord if you like. Oh, matey, yeah, we'll have a little look. Did you have MySpace, Katherine?
Yeah, I did.
Would it have been Katherine Boyle?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Let's have a look.
Oh God, I don't think I'm in. I don't think it'll kept mine.
Well, why would it have kept mine? Are you? Okay, so there's a few Katherine.
Yeah, yeah.
We will. That's from Dublin.
That's not me.
Okay, all right. Yeah, please do post that, Paul, and let me know when you've done, and we'll go and grab it. So I found on YouTube, and I don't know why, and it might not be any good. It might be good. Who knows? Can you see that YouTube page?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I found some Ulster ads.
All right.
I guess from like the 80s or something. Ulster. Here we go. Ads from 1987 Ulster Television. I'm a big fan of old ads, of crap ads, and I thought we'll have a little look. It might not be any good.
Oh, before we do, can I just tell you another thing that I started doing today?
Yeah, go on, please do.
Caitlin Moran's new book, What About Men, is out, and I started reading it. And I know there's been some negative sort of pushback on it because a woman talking about men and men's rights and how tough they've got it. But I noticed that Bob Mortimer's on the cover saying how brilliant it is. So I'm willing to take Bob's word for it. So I started reading it. It's actually there's some really funny bits already. I don't know. I will reserve my my conclusions till the end, of course, and give it a fair run. But there were some really funny bits about banter, and about how football allows men to do the banter thing hardcore in a way that no other medium would allow them to do. So it's like, what team do you support? And you say Chelsea, someone immediately hits you with wanker, Arsenal. Right. They said in no other time would you ever say, what's your favorite band? Whatever it might be, wanker, Coldplay. Anyway, I found it amusing, tickled me. Let's watch your adverts.
Well, hang on a minute. Okay, so we have, oh my God, we have my MySpace page.
Oh.
It's not active, but you can look at it.
Oh.
So there's me DJing. You can't click on anything and make it happen.
I can't see anything.
Oh, can you not see that?
No, I'm still on YouTube.
Stop share. There we go. You see it now, right? So thank you, Paul. You got that?
Yeah.
So
who's that baby?
Yeah. I think I'm DJing at a Japanese night. I'm wearing a Kiss t-shirt with the Dress to Kill cover on. About me, Iain Lee started his career as a stand-up comic playing comedy venues around London. His television. This site is managed by the Iain Lee MySpace Friends correspondent.
What?
Oh, this might not be my official
it's a fan
page.
Site.
This isn't my official page. General, Gene Simmons and Kiss, the band, Reese Witherspoon, music, television, please. Is it? Or maybe it is, I don't know. Anyway, these are some of my friends. Mark Cottrell, or you can't, yes you can. Clara, gosh.
What happened to Clara?
I don't know. There's Andy, there's James, there's Your Little Secret, there's Tinhead, Lyrical Zombie, aka Black Death. So here are what I'm going to do. Oh, you go.
Well, Clara's lost her clothes.
She has, that's a shame.
Yeah.
The official page was the real Iain Lee. Okay, well, look for that. Iain, you know I love you, but please dump Yasser for a short while. He's so damn annoying. Hope you had a nice weekend. That was in 2006, the 24th of April 2006.
2006.
Gabrielle, off to see Nick Ferrari. I recognise that picture. Off to see Nick Ferrari on Saturday afternoon. Wonder if Sheila from Cockfosters will be there. Dear Mr. Lee, I'm writing to complain to you with regards to my LBC car sticker. I'm wondering if anyone has appeared by magic as yet. Hello, my friend. There's me. There. I wasn't very well when that was done.
Beware of the Wolfman.
Iain, my good fellow, I loved Rise. I love it when you beat those children at computer games. Just thought I'd show my support. Doing any stand-ups. Bloody mental show today, Mr. Lee. Is that offensive to mental people? That's from 2006. Right, so this... Hey, mate, met you a couple of times with my brother, Gary. It's just below me on the comments list. Last time was in Nottingham at the Kiss Expo, when your autograph nestled nicely beside Eric Singer's on the breasts of the girl I was with.
Wow, okay.
Oi, oi, son. This is the real Iain Lee, ain't it? Hope so, mate. You're a gem if it is. Okay, so I was the... What? Hang on. So mine was the real Iain Lee. Was it? Is that what someone said?
Put it in there then. Put it in the Wayback Machine. Can you put it in the top there?
Yeah, let's do it. The Wayback Machine scares me. The real Iain Lee.
One cap check and you click on that.
Hang on, it's spinning. We've got the spinning wheel. Oh. Holy shit, this is it. Holy shit.
Here they come.
Holy shit. That guy played, for those in the know, that guy there played Graham. And that guy played Graham. I think that's actual Frank. Oh my God, where's that picture?
It's in New York.
There's Vinny. There's Agent Chris. But I've never taken that. I'm getting a little bit uncomfortable. This is weird, right? So we can have different captures. We'll stop in a bit, I promise. I just want to... 2008 is probably a good one. There. We'll go to the ads in a minute, because I'm aware this is a little bit...
visual for the podcasts as well.
Yes, it is. Sorry, and we're trying to make it more podcasty, but this is a little bit navel-gazing. Let's just have a look.
Brooke and Lee video.
Holy shit, this is it. This is it. IainLeeRetro.libsyn.com. Lots of stuff for you. The Crook and Lee video, New Shindiggery. Oh my God, friends. That's actual Frank Sidebottom, Barry and Watford, Vinny, the real Gary Schiffman, G-Man Jr., Agent Chris, Guy Magic Fingers, Anxious Man, Gurjinder the Great. Hi. Oh, Gurjinder was a pain in the arse. Hello, Fred and Rose presents Halloween special.
God.
Jesus. Frosty, as me. Oh my God, the merchant. The merchant was a knob. Basil Butler. Oh my God, this is wild. So hang on, what was yours? MySpace.com.
Oh, I can't remember.
Should we try Katherine Boyle?
Yeah, go on. But I don't know whether. I mean, I was quite an early adopter, but I don't know whether I was early enough.
This is absolutely wild. Show all. All right, hang on. Has not archived that.
I'm not important enough.
All right. Well, do you know what, guys? That's something I'm going to be doing on my own spare time because that looks freaky, and I'm totally up for some freaky stuff right now. Thank you for that, Paul. That's brilliant. Our screen sharing has stopped. We're going to share this. Let's watch some Ulster ads, guys. Let's watch some Ulster ads. Here we go. Sunday matinee, 5 weeks in a balloon.
It's 5 weeks in a balloon, and it starts in just a couple of minutes' time.
Balloon's got 2 L's, has it now?
Always did.
That doesn't look right, does it?
Well, otherwise it'd be ballon.
Well, that's, yeah. Well, no, okay, well, that says balloon. So it should be 1 L. Balloon.
Okay. You better write to the
I'll write to you in a minute.
wordsmiths.
I'm going to write a letter to you in a minute, and you are not going to like it.
Will the letter be F and then another letter O? Will it?
Yes, it was, actually. It was going to be
Right.
that, yes.
It might. I thought it might. I had a funny feeling, an inkling, if you will. Go on, press it. Oh.
Is this an advert? Is this an advert for ice cream, isn't it?
White satin. No, it was perfume, I think. I think it was Elizabeth Arden.
If it's just for satin, that's wild and insane.
It's not. It's nice in white satin. I think it's perfume.
It's Dulux!
Dulux!
It's Dulux! It's Dulux!
Oh, if only it were that easy.
It's Dulux! Oh my God! My aunt used to have a Dulux dog. It's called Boot, and then it died. And they got another one. They called it Boot 2.
The new look for wood.
So these aren't Ulster ads. They're just ads.
At your local Peugeot dealer before March 31st, there's a less taxing deal on a Peugeot van.
I really want a Peugeot van now.
You know what? I could murder a Peugeot van right now.
I know. I'm really just hungering for one.
Or pickup. Around town, the nippy 205 van. The powerful
That's not a van, that's a
305,
car.
No, it was a van version of the car.
And
Look,
pickup.
Just a
Around
van with no
town,
back
the
window.
nippy 205
that's the van version of the car.
It's not a van.
Well,
van. The powerful 305 1986 fleet van of the
That's
year.
an estate car with no back window.
The Peugeot 5.
have you ever driven through a town, stood up on the back of that, the wind blowing in your hair?
No, I haven't, but I have
I
rattled
have.
about in the back of my Auntie Linda's van.
I'm not asking for your early experiences as a woman.
We used to pile into the back. She's taken us to Blackpool. No windows at all. No seating in the back of the van. And we used to fight over who was going to sit on the wheel arch.
Only fan. I've done, and through Karachi, I've stood on the back of that, going at breakneck speed.
Wow.
Pickup for wider,
man.
heavier loads. 1986 pickup of the year.
Do you remember when cars only have 4 gears?
Yeah.
That was weird, wasn't it?
It was simpler times.
It was simpler times. You're absolutely
Beating
right.
the rest in traffic and transit, the spacious, tall.
They even knew that van looks shit,
Yes.
doesn't it?
It looks like it's about to be used in some sort of crime.
What do they call that? Is that a dormer? What's a dormer?
Hasn't that got a pop-up roof? A dormer.
What's the drama? Jim says the legal definition of when a car becomes a van is the square footage of the rear window.
There you go, then.
Jim, what are you talking? Have you smoked like boring weed or something? What is going on with you tonight?
The spacious...
Visionary says my car has 6 gears. I don't know if I could go back. The 6th gear is superfluous, right?
I like the 6th gear. It's smooth.
My first gear is lousy. My first gear, the car judders, but it's okay. I can ride it.
Talbot Express. The
You are too young to certainly have driven with one, but do you remember the choke?
Yeah, I did drive a choke because my boyfriend had a Nova.
UK had a choke. The choke was weird. If you messed the choke up, that car wasn't going anywhere for an hour. You had to wait for it to like reset itself and then try and do it again.
I like the choke. It made you think, do you really want to drive? Are you sure? Okay.
It made me think I was clever if I could get it to work.
1987 Peugeot vans and pickups. Market leaders, petrol and diesel, built better to work harder.
They make vans, which is quite boring, and they're generally driven by boring people. They've made them sound sexy.
It did sound like some sort of superhero league.
Yeah.
80s style.
Oh, remember this illustration? This was like for, I'm going to use a word from the day. This was like for disability, wasn't it?
Was it? No,
Wasn't it like...
It's 2 thin people having a butty in it.
Isn't this for like disability, learning disability, isn't it? Let's find out.
People in Northern Ireland face legal problems every day.
Oh. Wasn't there like a show? Vision On. Didn't Vision On have that logo? That was for disability.
And more and more people are talking to solicitors about those problems.
This is an Irish advert.
Did you know that even if you're not going to court, you can still benefit from legal advice and assistance?
Oh, no, it's not. I thought you had an Irish accent, and suddenly it's gone.
He did say people in Ireland.
Oh.
Depending upon
So
your
it's Ulster.
circumstances, this legal advice could be free. For any legal problems, see a solicitor.
Hang on. Whoa.
Good shout. Thanks very much. I wouldn't have thought of that.
The advert, it's not for a specific company. If you legal problem, you need a solicitor.
Not just your man down the road.
Crazy. Is that Vernon Kay?
Doesn't look like he's too crazy, but let's see.
That's Vernon Kay. That's like Vernon Kay travelled through time. It's Jim McGaw, marketing director, standing in front of a sign that says crazy prices.
See a solicitor.
See a solicitor. Yeah, Nigel says, ill, see a doctor.
Last year, thousands of Crazy Prices customers collected these beautiful pieces
Stop.
of beast.
Note the music in the background. It does sound a lot like a children's TV show. That's maybe the crazy part.
I was going to share something with the audience, which I won't share, but what our definition of crazy is. However...
No, but what I'm saying, don't eat the beans.
Our definition of what is really crazy. I'm not going to, but it's hardcore. Imagine it's too hardcore for us to share on a stream.
We used to drive past a restaurant called Crazy Salad, and we said, that salad's not crazy.
Tell you what, make that salad crazy. Anyway.
Imagine.
And...
Bistro oven to tableware.
He's looking down at himself. Look. That's
crazy.
You know what that's like, Catherine? Hang on.
What?
You know what that's like, Catherine?
I know exactly what that's like.
I know what you're doing without even looking.
Now, Crazy Prices bring you this set of matching bistro cookware that you can collect with our bonus stamps.
You are crazy, man.
Jimbo says he invented Inception. Nelly says, he must be from the northeast, near where I live. Okay. Della, thank you very much for your sub.
Yes, it's free and easy. With every £3 you spend in Crazy Prices, you'll get a free bonus stamp.
Stamps were big back in the day.
Yeah.
Collecting stamps.
You know why?
Go on.
No club cards.
No, I remember Esso had Tiger tokens. Collect those Tiger tokens, they're for free. Esso collection.
We used to collect stamps when we went to the Beefeater, and I actually did get a Mr. Man lunchbox out of it.
Actually, you get stamps now, don't you? At coffee shops,
Costa,
you get stamps. You get it's come.
But in some places, it's an app, though, isn't it? Now.
What were luncheon vouchers? You'd often see out on cafe windows luncheon vouchers accepted. I'm making up that sometimes like employers would pay you in luncheon vouchers so you could get free lunch.
I think that's a fair assumption.
How many people,
a luncheon?
How many people in the chat, and be honest, didn't know that lunch was an abbreviation for luncheon? And be honest, right? Don't go, oh no. How many people in the chat did not know? I've had 2 bowls of shreddies today. I'm buzzing. Did not know that lunch is an abbreviation for luncheon. Go in the chat and let us know. Delith didn't. Paul Loves Retro says never thought about it. Means he didn't. Not having a go at anyone, but come on. Nigel didn't know. Anyone? Graham says never thought about it. That means you didn't know. Mr. Peaty Pop, I'm ignorant on the lunch. Morbid Magpie, I've heard both words, but don't think I actually put it together as one being shorter than the other. Lunch and vouchers were tax-free, says Max.
Oh.
I thought brunch was when you have a late breakfast. Well, it is. It's breakfast and lunch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lunch and meat. Ice cream gravity did not know. Gatford has to say, I knew. Roger says, of course it is. Harsh says, lunch is a southern concept for your dinner. No, dinner is tea. Dinner is tea. You have tea. Bian says, well, no, you said it. It's obvious. No, she says, up north they have dinner vouchers. I don't think you lot are taking it seriously tonight, guys. All right? You're
Yes,
not
it
taking
is.
it
Dinner.
Not taking it seriously.
And when you've completed your saver card,
Jesus, when you've completed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just go back and see how many down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you've collected 60, now let's just get the criteria for getting a ticket.
bring you this set of matching bistro cookware that you can collect with our bonus stamps. Yes, it's free and easy. With every £3 you spend in crazy prices, you'll get a free bonus stamp.
So 60 times 3 is £180 to fill that up. And let's find out what you could get once you've spent £180.
You'll get a free bonus stamp. And when you've completed your saver card, this useful bistro milk pan is yours. Absolutely free.
Oh my God, you get a milk pan!
Milk pan, the tiniest of the pans.
It's the smallest of the pans, right?
Yeah. It's the pan you could probably do without, let's be honest.
It's the smallest. Because you could do milk in a normal pan.
Yeah.
It's just be a bit thinner. Be spread a bit thinner. So spend £180 and you get the smallest of the pans.
Yeah.
Free.
That's an expensive tiny pan.
Isn't it? Flipping it. Do you remember Christmas clubs?
That is crazy though. That's that's the crazy part. Yes,
There would always be a story every year about at least 3 Christmas clubs going bust, owing people money.
Yeah, didn't Arthur Fowler nick the Christmas club money?
Yeah, I'm talking about in real life.
Okay.
So what happened? You paid the money in every week. Did you get interest or did you just get the money back? They saved it for you. Was that it?
I think it was just a saving thing.
So you pay like £10 a week and at the end of the year you get 500 quid, but there's no interest, there's nothing, you just get the money.
Mm-hmm. I never did it. Maybe someone in the chat knows better, but
Why?
I thought, what's the deal?
Essex Gamer says £180 in 1987 is worth over £200 now. Let's tickle my pickle. Okay, all right.
And the rest is easy. With a full card, this beautiful sauce
All right, well, right, hang on. So the big saucepan is 49p.
pan is only 49 pence. This one, 99 pence. This one, 149.
When they say crazy prices, they're not joking, are they? The hell's going on?
So hang on. You spend £180, you get the smallest of the saucepans, when the next one up costs you 79p. This is not making it. You're crazy if you get. That's why it's called crazy prices. You've got to be a fucking idiot to go, yeah, all right, that sounds good.
Sounds reasonable.
Jimbo says, Christmas club, you bought the food from them, not money back. I don't think all Christmas clubs are like that. Why were you giving them money every...
Surely you just give the money to the shop at Christmas.
And this matching fry pan, only $1.99. So come crazy prices shopping and start collecting your free bonus stamps today.
It does look like a spoof with Vernon Kay, doesn't it? A Vic and Bob thing, and they've got Vernon in.
I don't want to use his bonus stamps. It sounds like a swizz.
It doesn't sound right. Can I just say, for legal reasons, in case this guy is still alive and still doing this thing, we do not think it's a swizz. I think it's an excellent deal.
I think it's true that they're crazy prices.
Can I just do this because I get it, Derelict Cumberpatch, and I don't know anyone else will. Arthur Fowler was a little dodgy maybe, but underneath, he's all right. Do you get that reference, Catherine? All right, my son, say no more, leave it out, no bother, as it happens, it's your shout straight up, pull the other in a right to an 8, hang about, chief, mate, geezer with the money, and they'll be...
That wasn't Arthur Fowler.
No, I know, reckons he's legit, but he ain't all that. Arthur Daly, a little dodgy maybe, but underneath, he's all right. He was doing a joke. How can I remember? What is it? All right, my son, say no more, leave it out, no bother, as it happens, it's your shout straight up, pull the other in a right to an 8, hanging about, what's the damage, chief? Who's your mate? The geezer in the bunny with the trilby hat, reckons he's legit, but he ain't all that. Arthur Daly, a little dodgy maybe, but underneath, he's all right. How the hell do I remember that?
Don't know, not
And
normal.
I don't know what I did 2 days ago. And I remember the Arthur Daly by the Firm. Derek, I hope you're impressed by that. We're a great team. Here we go.
Are you unemployed and finding it hard to get a job?
We regret to inform you that, oh my God, look, we regret to inform you your application for machine officer at our new complex has been unsomething. Your application will, however, be unsuccessful. Oh my God. Who is this? This is Mr. T. Davidson.
Job.
Mr. T. Davidson, he's not got the job.
Oh, poor
Thank you,
Davidson.
Derelict. I'm glad you enjoyed that, mate. You and me.
Then we can present you with the opportunity to join a growing number of successful people who are now self-employed and...
Whoa. What self-employed is this? A self-employed sandwich maker? What? A self-employed sandwich maker?
Yeah.
Is that sandwiches? It looks like sandwiches. Oh, okay. So this is going to set you up as self-employed.
with the opportunity
Sandwich maker?
to join a growing number of
Dress measurer?
successful people who are now
Canoe polisher?
Is there a lot of call for that?
What do you reckon this is an advert for?
See a business advisor.
Yeah, I would have, if this was English, I would have thought OU. Let's see where we're going.
self-employed and running their own businesses.
Chinese makeup artist. And I'm going just by the fan in the background.
If, like them, you have an idea to start your own business...
Okay, so there's a list of businesses: building, joinery, plumbing, motor mechanic, electrical controller, hairdressing, fashion designer, meat production.
We're all producing meat all the time, aren't we?
And here's one. Here's a job we thought would never end. This was a job for life. TV and video repairman. Oh. I used to love it when the TV repairman came around. He had overalls. He had a blue metallic toolkit. I used to love that.
Then the Enterprise Allowance Scheme can help.
The Enterprise Allowance Scheme.
We'll give an allowance of £40 per week to assist while you set up and become established.
Well, hang on. 40, 80, 120, 160. So with 4.5 weeks, you could buy a milk pan. I'm starting to see a connection here.
I've done something weird with my Zoom and I've got like half of a zoomed in thing on the left. What have I done?
Christ knows. Lulu's back from the MRI. Oh, sorry, I was thinking of the care left.
I can't share my screen because you've disabled screen sharing.
No, I haven't disabled it.
It says host disabled participant screen
sharing. No, I
sharing.
haven't. No, it's automatically disabled. Please stop using that word as well. We don't say that.
I'm
it's
just reading it out
automatically
from
disabled.
Zoom.
Why? I don't want to see your screen.
I want you to help me.
I'm not interested in it.
It's distracting me. It's
Okay.
like having a conversation with, well, for you, it would be normal because you're never quite listening, but I just cannot concentrate when that's happening in the corner.
Right, so I said it so that you can share your screen, that nobody's interested. Oh, hang on a minute.
All right, now it's gone now. I think you were doing it.
I wasn't doing anything.
It's gone normal now.
I
If you're
wonder.
interested,
Oh,
then why not contact...
job market.
Oh, it's back again. Right, share screen.
No, because once I do this,
Disabled it.
Well, once I do this, it'll go. It's gone, right?
Just leave it off then. I won't share anything, but just leave it off.
No, but that means I can't watch a video. Because it's when we put the video on, so you just have to deal with it. When we put the video on, it'll come back up again. Look. Why don't you log out?
Double click to enter full screen mode.
Catherine, why don't you log out?
Why don't you fuck off?
I like it when she says to me. Coffee talk.
Your local job market and
Don't disrespect me in front of coffee talk.
He knows.
ask for more details on the Enterprise Allowance Scheme.
So job centres were called job markets in Ireland.
Oh, it makes it sound more fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does actually.
Snails? Snabes?
Snails?
Snores? Oh, hi.
Well, there's a good tradition of love and hate sitting by the fireside. She is so desperate for a piss.
She is. She's pinching herself. Keep it closed. Yeah, pockets. Yeah,
Pockets
trousers.
and hats and too much material for one woman.
The love along cologne.
Oh,
Yes. Work that sarong.
how could
Yeah.
anyone, apart from Jackie Chan, stand in that pose? You're going to fall over.
She's swinging that scarf.
Green scarf. But that must have a rod in it. You know, you get those comedy scarves that look like they're flying
Like Ross
backwards.
Abbott.
Yeah. That's got to be one of those, right?
I think she's swinging it. Oh, look at this. This is a lot of man-made fibre. And hairspray. Yes.
We still don't know what it's an advert for. It's an advert for snails.
For fashion.
Snobs of Newark.
Snarls.
Snob! Snarls or snobs? What did he say?
Snubs.
Snobs of Newark.
Snobs.
Snobs.
Fashion, footwear, and fine food.
I mean, they're not usual bedfellows, but okay.
Fashion, footwear,
Footwear,
and fine food.
That's a
We've
lot
got
of all
fashion,
the
we've got
Fs.
footwear. Anything else that begins with F? We don't need to do it. We just put it. Fine food. Perfect.
Fine food.
Snobs.
That's just reminded me. There was a shop called Snob, wasn't there, when we were kids?
Quite
Snob.
possibly, yeah. Quite possible, Catherine.
Yeah.
Spinning wheel.
Right. What did they sell? Could be
Now,
anything. Could be anything.
I reckon it's a sewing shop because sewing shops, a haberdashery, is that what we call it? It's not quite the
Yes.
same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There used to
I
be a
got-
lot of those. So you get in the window, you'd have your Singer sewing machines and then
Oh.
threads.
God, when I lived in Muswell Hill 10 years ago, 12 years ago, there was a sewing shop, knitting shop that only
shop.
was only just closing down. I'm going to go haberdasheries. Haberdashery.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're probably right, but I'm going to say, all right, spinning wheel. It could be cotton-based clothing.
All right.
The spinning wheel introduced the 1987 range of bridal fabrics.
Bridal
Was
clothes.
haberdashers,
In
bridal
border-
fabrics.
Fabrics. Okay.
Satins from $12.95 per metre. Bridal
Oh,
laces
look at that gorgeous dress. I mean, who
$6.95
wouldn't want more frills?
per metre. And our superb princess satins, still only $4.95 per metre. Spinning
Oh, look, did you see that girl on the right?
Yeah, there's always one bridesmaid
She
that
is
pulls her
pissed
face.
off.
I wanted the peach dress.
wheel, Donegal
Peach.
Square West.
Peach
and
was a
Park
big bride colour back then.
Yeah.
Centre,
It's
Belfast.
orange, isn't it?
Tonight, live at 6 on ITV, the television show brings you all the latest.
Who was he? His name was Eamon, was Graham, it was Dermot,
No.
it was Douglas. What was that guy's name? Kieran Prendeville, ladies and gentlemen. Kieran. Yes, I couldn't tell you what I did 2 days ago, but I can sing all of Arthur Daily by The Firm, and I can recognise a Kieran Prendeville when I see him. Right, we're going to find out what Kieran Prendeville is up to these days. Kieran
Prendeville.
That's it, Kieran Prendeville. He's 75 years old. He's got his own page on Wikipedia. He was born in Lancashire, the son of an Irish father, relocated to Rochdale, working alongside Glyn Worsnip. Prendeville was a presenter of the BBC consumer programme That's Life from 73 to 78. He was the BBC's on-site commentator on the first space shuttle mission. He's the creator of... What? He's the creator of Ballykiss Angel.
Ooh.
And Roughnecks. I don't know Roughnecks. Other writing credits include The Bill, Boone, and Perfect Scoundrels. He created Ballykiss Angel. Kieran Prenderville, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. If you just joined us, it is a Kieran Prenderville special tonight. People say we're too niche. I think we can go nicher.
It's TV gossip and the stars of the
Nina Mishkov.
Nina Mishkov.
When she was hot.
small screen.
Matthew Kelly.
Davros.
Bobby Davro.
It looks like Bobby Davro's playing a gay character there.
That's Fern Britton.
Fern Britton. Bet Lynch, who's not very well.
No. By the way, if you've not read her autobiography, it's well worth a read. Hilarious, unintentionally.
I met her. I did one of the Big Brother spin-offs with her. And she was as fabulous as you'd imagine that she would be. I was in awe because when I'm 6, 7, 8, Bet Lynch was the sexiest woman on television. She was the British Marilyn Monroe after Diana Dawes. And so I'm working with her and she was everything you'd want Bet Lynch to be. Totally over the top, totally camp, totally demanding. Loved it.
A diva.
Loved it. God, I wish I had a photo with her. That's Alistair Stewart.
It is. It does that a lot, apparently. The neck thing. Look, he's doing it in the chair.
There he was, look.
He's doing it in the makeup chair too.
I know he was. What a shame, isn't it? And a shame.
Yeah.
He became a GB News gobshite, talking absolute crap on Twitter.
It's lively, it's unpredictable.
Okay.
Okay, but
No.
strangely enough, I do have a stomachache, but we will.
And it's definitely unmissable, so
Annika, there's a lot of blondes. Got a lot of blondes on here.
see the
Blonde heavy.
weekend out in style with the television show tonight, live at 6 on ITV.
And now it's time to sit back and
So that
enjoy.
show was called The Television Show.
Yeah.
Gosh, how many meetings?
There we go. Who's this? Is this Nelly?
And now it's time to sit back and enjoy our Sunday matinee film, 5 Weeks in a Balloon, starring Red Buttons, Peter Lorre, and Cedric Hardwick.
What voice is he doing there?
Look at that smile at the end.
Going, you don't know where I'm from anymore.
Computer, what does a human smile look like? Okay, I think I got it.
And how does a human voice work?
This runs out in 8 seconds. I just don't want this to end. I don't.
Tell me there's
want-
more. Tell me there's more.
And we're out.
I think this is it, guys.
When the Martins.
When the Martins. Let's see if there's anything else that follows on. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. Let's go. Let's see if there's anything else. Here we go. Should we Ulster television ads 90. Should we have some more Ulster television ads?
Please.
I quite enjoyed that. Let's have a little bit more.
You're watching Ulster Television. It's 10 o'clock time.
Is Ulster in Northern Ireland?
Ulster is Northern Ireland.
I wonder why that. If that's why we've got very strong English accents.
Yes, because they're British.
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it? I was a little bit confused there, and maybe that's it.
It's
Time to
totally
join Alistair Burnett and Andrew Gardner in the studios of ITN in London for News at 10.
Andrew Gardner, he was the Thames television news at 6 o'clock. BAPT, lovely to see you. Nice treat.
Hello.
CNC.
Right into spirits with booze, is it?
We're seeing a lot
fun.
of beautiful people, but it's all very Stepford Wives, this.
And it's misty.
It's
they put a little
misty.
bit of Vaseline on that camera. It's tonic, is it?
See, you can't call something CNC because you know exactly what I'm thinking. I'm going to text it to you just so that you know.
My phone is not here.
Okay, well then you'll
Could
get.
you put it in the chat?
No, I couldn't actually.
In the Zoom chat, I mean.
Nope.
Oh, let me go and get my phone then so I can see. I know what one of the words will be. I think everyone does. Hang on.
welcome to the show. What we're doing here, we do a show on here once or twice a month. If you want to join us, we are behind a paywall, usually on Patreon. You can join us on Patreon for as £2 a month. $4.99, you start getting access to the services. The link's going to appear in the chat if you are listening to the podcast. Patreon.com/ Iain and Katherine. You know that's not what we meant, Dave. Patreon.com/ Iain and Katherine. You ready?
Oh, I've got a message. Okay, yeah, no, I didn't.
Which one of those did you not get? The first or second?
The first.
You didn't get the first?
I thought you'd go straight for the second. I know
you. I mean, I know you.
So, what, you know, the CNC Music Factory, did you think of that as about them?
No, because that's two people called Charles and Charles, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Essex Gamer says, how many shows a month on Patreon? It's about 6. It will be slightly less in July because we are taking 2 weeks off. Thank you very much indeed. But it's generally about 6 and then 2 on here. Plus, you get access to about 2,000 hours worth of video and podcasts. So for $4.99 a month plus VAT. Now you know those 2 words. It's got a different meaning, right?
Yeah. Brighten your spirits, all right.
It's lemonade. You would not have got it was lemonade from the advert.
I thought it was tonic, brightens your spirits. I knew it was a mixer.
It's lemonade. CNC, brightens your spirits, CNC. Go.
Oh, now, come on.
House. Come down and see us at Craigavon. We'll give you
big badges. Do you remember big badges?
A big badge. I love a big badge. It makes you feel special, but it does pull on your lapel.
She's a guide, Craig something guide.
Come and show you what it's like. Things to do, places to go.
The butchers.
Yeah, the swimming pool and the butchers.
Oh, I would love to go to a butcher's, but if only someone would show me where it is. I'll go on a coach with a big badge.
So you go on a coach and a lady with a big badge takes you to the swimming pool and then the butchers.
2 places to go, and of course a house.
Oh, I've got some big sausages in the freezer.
Oh, good for you.
I'm having a sausage sandwich after this.
Craigavon, it's a better place.
I don't know
where.
So that's a field. That's the field behind the houses.
That looks like
Where you
kids
going?
have been called in.
Oh, here we go, Mr. Bodell. If you like Coronation Street, you like UTV, you need to check out UTV continuity announcer Julian Simmons. I'm sure there'll be loads on YouTube. Paul, can I just say, I don't think you need to listen to the first hour of the show. I just wouldn't. It wasn't very. It didn't really start picking up until about 8:15, did it, Katherine? It's very slow. It's tepid. It was tepid.
Yeah, just fast forward through that bit.
Yeah, don't watch the first hour, mate. Good lad.
Find out more about the generous grants available for moving to a new house in Craigavon.
They really want you to go to Craigavon, don't they?
Why is this Craigavon?
It's a better place.
For a warm room for baths and hot water, coal is the cheapest by far.
Right. So first of all, they advised us that if we had any legal problems, we should see a solicitor. And now it's, if you want to warm your house, try coal.
This is the 70s, so they could seriously be suggesting having a bath in front of the fire there.
They could. There we go. Try coal. If you're having a bath, try water.
June Festival of Value now on at Supermac. Huge reductions in all departments.
Oh.
Is this like all of the scraps of advert that fell on the floor? So they've just kind of glued them together in this. Yeah.
Save at Supermac.
Now, I think that's a Rolls Royce.
Yes, posh.
What? I don't know anymore. We need our empties because you need your pinters. You know what that is?
Pint of milk.
Pint of milk. There we go.
need our empties because you need your pinters.
This woman has never said pinters in her life before.
Here's something, right? I wonder if this is a thing or am I reading too much into it? That's kind of a close, intimate thing. She's wearing a wedding ring.
Oh my God.
Am I reading too much into that, or is there some form of innuendo there?
I don't think there is.
Okay.
He's giving her a full... Oh, hang on a minute. You might be right. He's giving her a full one. She's giving him an empty one.
So the full one is his penis before he comes, and the empty one is her vagina.
Yeah, I think you're onto
C.
something.
C and C. All right. Jesus God. Just thought, God, my kids might tune in tonight.
Oh, dear.
Catherine, I didn't know you...
You'll see a lot of women that look like me on this channel.
It's the genes, isn't it? It's the Irish genes.
It is. Let me just show you a picture of me in my youth.
Hang on, let's make you
bigger still. Hang on.
Here we go.
See this little Irish child? That's me. That's my poor sister.
Visionaries just got C and C. We'll open up the Zoom in a little bit. It's 9 o'clock. Bloody hell, it's 9 o'clock.
For heaven's sake, what have we been doing? Nothing worth watching, Paul.
Nothing worth doing. It's been a weird one tonight. It's been a bloody
We've been all
weird
over
one.
the shop, haven't we?
I've enjoyed this tonight. I want more guests. I liked having Amy on. I would like more guests. I want more creative people, more inspirational people, more people that have said, you know what? I ain't doing that. I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah.
I liked her a lot. Just checking. Right, okay. Let's go back in, guys. Let's go back in. Oh, by the way, Dave, are you here? So I didn't know that. Maybe I did know. Did Dave? Did we know this recording existed, or is it just a cleaner version? But today, doing the rounds on Twitter was a recording of the Quarrymen the day John Lennon met Paul McCartney at Wootton Hall, whatever it is. A recording. Walton. A recording of that. I mean, it's awful, but you can hear it. Did we know that recording existed and it's just been cleaned up? Or is it recording that's been discovered? It is remarkable that moment, that is not the moment they met, but that day, what are the chances, 1957, what are the chances 1957 of someone bootlegging that?
Yeah.
Richard says, I recall someone buying it at an auction youngsters ago. So, yeah, it's probably been out there for a while. And they've cleaned it up. I mean, it's still lousy, but Dave says Apple bought it in the 90s and they did use it in the Anthology TV series. Okay, so has it been cleaned up? I must have heard it and forgotten about it. It is remarkable. Here we go.
Hello, before the national news, we have a chance to look at a few scenes from tonight.
Hey, little and large.
Aiming for a hit telly show.
TV Times, your guide to the best on Ulster television.
We've seen this man sing Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire.
From memory.
And I've sat in this man's living room trying to convince him to let me book a theatre and interview him on stage. That was weird. Sat in his living room explaining how it would work and what I think we could do.
And I'm in a WhatsApp group with his daughters entitled Besties.
Television. TV Times, have you got your copy yet?
We used to get the Radio Times free because Dad worked at the BBC.
Yeah, that was one of the few perks.
Yep.
Actually, I do remember a very proud moment when my name was in, at the bottom in the thing because of the
Guys and dolls. Would you necessarily put the gender symbols for that?
Well, how else do you signify women and men?
Well,
I know how you do it.
Look, there's a hang on. Hang on. You're right. It's best to have those.
All next week, Fiesta presents Guys and Dolls.
Yeah, that was the version we had two versions of the TV Guide Coffee Talk. We had the TV Times, which was ITV, and we had the Radio Times that was BBC. Radio Times and the BBC were considered posher. And then I would say like early 80s, 82, 83, you started getting free ones in the Sunday newspapers.
Yes.
C&C.
My mum and dad had the U magazine one, Weekend.
Sofa is absolutely correct. C and C.
Dublin 722 727. See the New Spence Bryson bedtime carpet range at F and
I
K
cannot
Elliott.
wait for the bedtime carpet range.
Catherine, do you fancy a new shag?
Always.
Niskillen.
Oh, we've got an advert for Chivago's.
It
I
looks
want to
great.
savour this. I want to savour Chivago's nightclub and disco.
Niskillen.
Hang on, was it Chivago Night Disco Club? You got to
No,
read
I think it's disco nightclub.
No, yeah, okay. Well, you've got to read the words in the order they're in. Night Disco Club.
Hi there, welcome to Chivago, Europe's number
Not your
one
voice.
night spot.
It's not his
Yeah.
voice, is it?
Hi there, welcome to Chivago's.
Hi there, welcome to Chivago, Europe's number one night spot.
Mum, I'm going to be on the telly. They filmed an advert. Yeah, Chivago's. Yeah, put it on. Oh, fuck, that's not my voice.
I was too Northern Irish. They've obviously dubbed it over with some fella.
Here we've got
Also, Europe's number one night spot. So not
Berlin.
Annabelle's or Tramp.
Here we go.
Here we've got everything. Good food, good wine.
Look
Are
at
they
this
eating
guy.
the girls?
Look at this guy. Look at his lovely grey hair and his black Jimmy Hill.
That he looks like the classic Satan.
Yeah, that's a mix and match.
Every night a top group.
And these lads. Oh, hang on. You saw some shoes there you like.
Oh God, yes, the red ones.
Look at that.
Yes, look at those
Look
platforms.
at that. That is a shoe. Look.
Yeah.
Kiss, isn't it?
Those bad boys are surprisingly comfortable because actually your foot is pretty flat in them.
Right.
It's just the platform that gives the illusion.
The erection section, ladies and gentlemen.
I love
Love
that, yes.
Stories begin at Chivago.
Love stories begin.
This is
Chivago.
before Tinder and Grindr, isn't it?
There's no grinders going on there. Right. But then we get our man does the ending.
Love stories begin at Chivago. Chivago, where the living is.
Where the living is.
Well, where did the dead go? I mean,
Where the living is, where the dead is.
after this,
Opposite.
we're going to see if we can find some footage of Chivago. That's our next little trawl there. So remind me when we finish this, we're going to look for Chivago's. I thought that said, do you know what? I thought it said Dr. Bullshit for some reason. I glimpsed.
Dr. Bullshit.
Catherine. Chivago. What is it? I can't remember what it says under there. Europe's number one club.
Yeah.
Can you do that pose? That's a weird pose. Just showing a little bit of bum.
That's the classic. Oh yeah, but she's not showing it. Page 3, they used to the art was being able to show your boobs and your bum at the same
Yeah.
time. It's kind of a deviation on that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But she's coming
Chivago,
up with
Baggot Street, Dublin, scene of Europe's number one nightclub, Chivago, where love stories begin.
Why should you tell everyone to shush about it? You didn't see me in here.
Milk clearance stock, 35,000 yards, assorted dress fabrics from 30 pence per yard.
Imagine doing an advert on television for something as cheap as 30 pence.
That was not cheap then.
It's true. It's probably worth about 45 pence now. Slim Sia. Show them you're an Olmo Slim Sia girl.
So that's that diet bread that is like a doily.
You, Ormo Slimsia, now from your Ormo shop or salesman.
Oh, Paul Scholes.
Stuart. That's not a bad look. I grew my sideburns. I got my hair cut the other week, and they cut my sideburns right back so they're not sideburns. They're coming back, guys.
Stewards have decided you all need a boost after the budget.
Stewards can fuck off.
What part of Northern Ireland are you from?
Stewards, more than the price is right, and now we can really prove it. We've reduced over 100 lines by at least a penny.
Took his glasses off because the writing was big enough finally.
At least a penny, guys.
So you can put £1 into your pocket.
Only if you buy those 100 things. The maths in these adverts is way off.
Last time I did a big shop, I mean, you've got to be careful now, but I don't think I bought 100 things. No new VAT on confectionery, ice cream, soft drink, crisps until April 22nd.
VAT will have just gone up then.
Yeah.
You don't pay the new VAT charges on confectionery, ice cream, soft drinks and crisps until after Easter. Now we're going even further with dramatic savings in a wide range of fresh foods. And just to cheer you up a little more, we're giving away a mini.
This man scares me.
Every month at Stewart's.
At Stewart's, more than the price is right.
He can't put his glasses on. Watch him. He does a James Farley and doesn't quite put his glasses on.
At Stewart's.
At
Look.
Stewart's,
Yep.
more than the price is right.
I do. Do you know what? I'm rocking that look. I think that's a great look.
I think that's a very aging hairstyle.
Yep. I'm getting bored with kind of slicking my back 'cause it's going a bit too big.
I bet that guy is about 25.
Anderson and Macaulay have a...
Oh, look at that orange and brown wonderland of toys.
Yeah, look at that picture.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
Yes, let's put you back over there, Catherine.
Wonderful wonderland of toys.
A Wonderland.
Wonderland?
Wonderland?
I've heard of Sunderland, but never Wonderland.
We'll help you solve your present problems in the wonderful Wonderland of toys.
Anderson and Macaulay have a wonderful wonderland of
Wonderland.
toys. Clever Kerry. You
Alice
talk, she answers.
In Wonderland.
Clever Kerry, you talk, she answers. So it's obviously a dolly.
It's a dolly, yeah. She'll have a in the back. I had Tessa talk about.
Look at this food. Spices, look, you got spices. Special K, Ritz.
You had no need for spices in the 70s. Come on.
Is that a tin of, have I read this right, of chunky chicken?
Maybe it's soup.
Or maybe it's chunks of chicken.
Chunky chicken soup.
Chunky chicken soup. Okay, all right.
Special offers this weekend in the food hall, Supermac.
Did she say, right, she doesn't, but it sounds like she says food whore. Listen.
Special offers this weekend in the food hall.
Well, maybe to you.
Supermac. Come and relax at Supermac.
Who relaxes at the supermarket? Is that spam or is that bread?
That's buttered bread. Bread and butter. I don't know why I said buttered bread. Of course, these small plates and saucers, very, very, they were everywhere.
Golden cow, golden butter, with a heart of gold. Hey, Goldie.
He does a sexy to the cow.
What's he doing a sexy to that cow?
He does a sexy to the cow.
And also, how does he know it has a heart of gold? Puts up with a lot.
With a heart of gold. Hey, Goldie.
Hey, Goldie. Hey, Goldie. All right, we're in London.
Going to London? Why not fly with British Midland Airways direct from Belfast
Actually dead.
to Gatwick and take advantage of our
Look how
special
they've dressed up for the plane, look.
very low excursion fares. They can save you at least £13 on the normal fare to London.
He can't do his thing up, he's too big. She has to come and help him.
He's just not used to air travel.
Look at the size of those windows.
Oh no, look at it.
British Midland have 3 return flights every day, so you can spend a
Oh, that's
full
me.
day
When you moved over, isn't it? Actual footage of Catherine and her family moving over.
in London, return the same night, and
Get that picture of you and hold it up again.
day, so you can spend a full day.
There we go.
I mean, it's the
Same
same kid.
person. Hang on a minute. I'm going to make you bigger. I'm going to move you over a little bit. There. It's the same person. It's the same person. This is freaky. How did we find this?
Are we going to London, Daddy?
In London, return the same night, and experience the friendly service that people have come to prefer. Just ask
She
your
looks
travel
nice, but she's about to tip her dinner all down herself and fall over.
Amber Glow Tea, written in Chinese writing.
Yes.
For free gifts, always drink Amber
Look at the fucking state of that. It's awful.
Glow, the Quality Plus tea.
It looks quality, doesn't it? It doesn't look...
Don't let foot rot cripple your profits.
What the hell? Where did that come from?
Ooh, that's taking a turn, isn't it?
It's something we're talking hoof.
Vaccinate now with new Clovax foot rot vaccine.
For foreign currency and
Northern Bank. Well, in England, that would have been the Midland Bank. Come and talk to the listening bank.
travelers' checks, call with your
The
nearest
Griffin.
branch of the Northern Bank. Our shopping centre with 1,400 parking spaces makes shopping easy.
Oh, here we go. Some groovers.
Everybody dig that buried treasure. Bang 'em in.
Bang 'em in? Is
Bang
this
'em
for...
made, isn't it?
Oh, I thought it said bang 'em in.
Here's a screwball.
I'm thinking Zhivago's.
Sticky bar and lovely chocolate.
What are you up to, young lady?
I used to love a screwball. Screwball used to be my ice cream of choice.
That's the second mention of a screwball in 2 days. Littlin the other day said she fancied a screwball.
Oh, I used to love a screwball. Mum would get an oyster. I would get a screwball.
Round and round and round and round go the dairy tubs. Bang 'em in. Ice cream from the milk marketing board. From the milk marketing board.
I don't think we needed to know that. I think that took the shine off it.
What happened there?
From the milk marketing board.
Oh, is that what it was?
So it's proper.
Right, so let's see if we can find some Zhivago footage. Zhivago's Ulster nightclub. Let's see.
Disco, yeah. Europe's, surely there's loads of footage of Europe's premium disco.
Let's try 1970s. Disco, 1970s. All right, well, we've definitely got, right.
I want to see that.
We're having some of this. It's only 38 seconds. It's only 38 seconds. We're going to have a little look. Here we go. That club is called. Did you see what that club was called?
Penny what?
The Penny Farthing, mate.
Oh, right.
Fuck.
What are they dancing to?
This lad is right. Look at this lad's eyebrows.
Yeah.
This lad's hair is like done with
Like
a
a helmet.
Paul Bodell puts his clothes out. It's done with a ruler.
Don't. No. Nothing to see.
Donnie, going back to that last advert, says, was eating chalk ices in nightclubs a common thing in the olden days? La la dancing, la 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 dancing. Yeah. You're going to bash your head on that oldie lantern. Yeah, dancing.
It looks like they're dancing in a cell, though, doesn't it?
Someone needs to do that thing they do with the pop videos where they take the music out. It's just them going. Olivia Colman having a great time.
Is she being worked from behind?
Yeah. Shadows.
Why are they in a hospital?
Right. I just want to see footage of people in 1970s nightclubs now. Yes, we may play cannon and ball over some of them. Let's just see. Fremantle.
Is there music on these?
There's no music on these. These are silent.
We don't need it.
Absolutely winkered, these two.
Too many baby shams.
And a bit of CNC. If you're lucky.
These are teenagers.
What are they doing? The Okie Kokie?
That looks like old acquaintance.
Don't be forgot. This doesn't make great listening or for the podcast. I can only apologise. We're watching footage of some people in the 1970s dancing in really crappy nightclubs. Yeah.
Clap, clap. Yeah.
Oh, that was how they used to kiss.
He
in the
aimed
70s.
for a kiss and missed.
Pictures of Lily. That's fine. Drinking beer.
Pints, warm pints.
Clap,
clap, clap, clap, clap, clap, clap, clap.
Oh, sweaty boy. Sweaty boy. Shots. Doing shots.
My God. He's going to be sorry in the morning.
What is all this weird footage? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that scared the life out of me. I was not expecting
someone
that.
has been very busy with the round brush on the
A lot
hair
of Van
there.
Diamonds. Oh,
Birdie cut.
The 70s were crap.
Well, also, you got to think, they all probably smelt a little bit.
Yeah.
Deodorant wasn't what it is.
What is this? Is these pictures or is this footage? Hang on a second. We'll
Oh,
stop
and it
in
would
a
have
bit.
smelled the cigarettes as well, wouldn't it?
ATV Today, the 9th of March, 81, Working Men's Club, Leicester.
Let's have some of that.
Ski chalet. Find the perfect flight for you.
Oh, for goodness sakes. No, thank you.
They're going heavy on The Witcher at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Not Roy Orbison.
No, but he's having a good go.
Pretty woman walking down the street. Pretty woman.
Do you know
Has he
what?
got any trousers on?
I would pay top dollar. If you had a time machine, where could you go? Do you know what? I go to the 9th of March, 1981, to the Working Men's Club in Leicester. I would absolutely love that.
Can I like to be pretty?
Say to most people, working
Graham says that'll be me tomorrow night. Yes, I know this is what you do for a living.
men's clubs, and they immediately think of northern towns like Scunthorpe, Wigan, Barnsley or Batley. But if
You know where my mum and
numbers
dad's
be the
first date
yardstick,
was after they met at the party?
Go on.
And she pinched him off his girlfriend. The Dockers Club, Salford.
clubs per square mile than anywhere in Britain.
And now next on this Saturday morning, we hand over to very old mate of mine, Mr. Tommy Carton.
Well, hello. Tommy Carton.
I'm a Midlander.
Oh, hang on, I've lost it.
And that is, I'm a
We lost it.
I'm a Midlander.
Tommy Carton. It got me excited. Let's just jump forward to.
Leicester is the capital of Clubland.
Mercy.
Because here there are more
Mercy.
clubs per square mile than anywhere in Britain.
And now next on this Saturday morning,
Tommy
we hand
Carton.
over to very old mate of mine, Mr. Tommy Carton.
Well, hello again, and good morning all. And here are your club entertainments for tonight. On Ailson and Disling Workerman's Club, it's pop group Flaming Star. Belgrave Workerman's Club feature
That's what you
vocal
get
and
if you get a
instrumentalist
spicy dinner,
Dean
innit?
and Jose.
Hang on, listen to that.
Belgrave Workerman's Club feature vocal and instrumentalist
Oh, I thought he said mentalist. He said instrumentalist. Okay, I do apologise.
Dean and Jose, and also on the show vocal entertainer the lovely Marie Spence. The Karen West Show Band appear at the LAOB.
Listen to this weekly What's On local radio, and you might think entertainment in the clubs is booming. But this is only a fraction.
You're right.
One of the cats is ripping merry hell out of me.
Oh God,
outside
guys! One of the mucky had a bird today that was not dead. I had to dispatch.
Of what it used to be. Working men's clubs, like everyone else, have been hit by the recession too.
Multi-instrumentalist Wally Billycock King.
Wally Billy Cock
Wally
King.
Billy what now?
Wally Billy Cock King.
It's the
Have
Cock
been
King.
hit by the recession too.
Multi-instrumentalist Wally Billycock King
Wally Billy Cock King. That was my nickname at school.
appears at the LAOB Workerman's Club.
That man is younger than me. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
And two of the instruments Wally will play will be a pick and shovel. Think I'm joking? You'll see.
Oh!
Oh, he's playing a shovel.
He is playing a shovel that has strings on. And it sounds like a shit balalaika.
He looks like one of the doctors.
He does, doesn't he? He looks like a sort of cross between Hartnell and Pertwee. Fair play though. If you're there, you got a few drinks going, you got some fags on, a little bit of food, got a packet of crisps open, everyone's dipping in, and this dude walks out, Wally Billy Cock King. I'll do it for you, derelict, but no, everyone's starting to get pissed off with me. Wally Billy Cock King, a little dodgy maybe, but underneath, he's all right.
Tommy, how badly has the recession hit you then?
Well, midweek, very, very bad. There's hardly anybody comes in at all during the week. Oh, tonight is
Midweek.
Isn't it funny how history repeats itself over and over again? Because we're in a very, very similar situation right now.
Top times, yeah, top times.
Special occasion, this is for a charity show. But week.
Is that a raffle? Looks like a raffle to me.
Yeah, look at that really hard teddy bear.
Yeah.
Weekends, we hold our own at week.
Look at that. I would love, first of all, stairs like this with these banisters, very 70s, very
Yes.
council.
Yeah.
That wall of
Stars.
glossies. Oh God, I would love to see that.
But I'm talking about our own club here. We still managed to keep the crowd.
Oh, we're having a close up of it. The Charlie Brown this week. The Charlie Brown
Charlie
sound.
Brown sound. Brown sound.
The Karen West Band and Paul Bollicker. This looks like a group. There's a lady in a bra there. There's a guy holding a guitar. I love stuff like this.
But it all depends on what type of entertainment you can put on for them.
Italian International. Oh, so she's Italian. Oh my God. Seventh Heaven! They're called Seventh Heaven, and they're a group, and it's at least two ladies in oyster bras. And oh my God! So there was So I live near Risbury there, and I was there the other day to get a haircut. But there was like a Phaeton. And I was like, oh shit, I'll have some of this. And so I was walking up and down the Phaeton. I got curried goat, and I sat and watched some dancers and stuff. Absolutely loved it. And I stood up. I was walking around, and I turned around, and my face was eye level with a crotch. And it was women walking around on stilts, but not very big stilts. And they were in like thongs and literally eye level. It was very, very unpleasant.
It's more than you bargained for. Tell them about that thing you went to in the village hall.
Oh, right. Okay. Let's do this properly. Let's do this properly. Hang on a second.
I was having a little bit of trouble with the kids, and they were doing my knotting, and he said, "Get in your car now. We're going to go to the village hall." And I said, "No, I really can't. I need to sort this out."
You should have come.
But I got the commentary from Iain, and
come.
it sounds like I missed 5 minutes of sheer joy.
It was a village show or country show, whatever they call it. And there's a tiny, few miles away from me, there's a tiny, tiny little village hall. And I've never seen anything going on in there. And I drove past it, and it said, this afternoon, 2:30 till 4:30, village show. And I thought, oh, sounds right up my street. So I went back, free to get in. And I walk in, and there were 4 other people there, not including the people working there. So there's a woman on the door. I said, is it free? She went, yes, it is. But we're asking if you ask people to buy raffle tickets. So I bought a couple of strips of raffle tickets. And then what it was one of those shows where they display vegetables and produce, and you get first prize. But I think if you'd entered, you would pretty much have got first prize, because there are lots of first prize rosettes and only a handful of second. Right. One of the categories this is the name of the category, 6 best jam tarts. 6 best jam tarts. And there were 6 lovely looking jam tarts. One of them, there was a bowl, a plate. They were all displayed really weird. So there was a plate of gooseberries in a circle.
On a paper plate, right?
On a paper plate. There was some first place raspberries. There were 6 raspberries on a paper plate. The weirdest one was they had rhubarb, right? And they had 3 sticks of rhubarb, horizontal. Tail to tip, tip to tail, tail to tip. And then in the corner, each corner was a potato. And I
don't know what meal you would make with those two.
I didn't take any.
What was the relationship?
I can't remember. I didn't take it. I took one photo because I don't think you were allowed to. I think they would have known I was taking the piss. But it was all displayed like that. Oh, there were again horizontally, tip to tail, tail to tip. There were 5 runner beans. First prize. First prize. First prize. And then if you'd. So I'm guessing most of them only one person entered each category. But if you got second prize, they were brutal. You'd get a card with comments on. And so there were a couple of flower displays that looked like great flower displays to me. And got second prize. And I picked it up and said, this is an interesting use of colour. It mixes very well. You've done well to choose these plants and get them to go like. Unfortunately, the 3 brown leaves distract from the overall picture.
Savage.
3 brown leaves. Second place.
Savage.
It was.
Let's look
nuts.
next year, Marjorie.
Honestly, it was the best 4 minutes of my life in that place, and that was me going around twice. And I found I had to walk a decent distance away, and I phoned Katherine up, and I was absolutely peeing myself. It was so much fun.
6 gooseberries, first prize.
Oh my God. I live for stuff like that. I live, and I should have had a cup of tea and a slice of cake. I didn't win the raffle, which surprised me.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You're the only person who bought a ticket.
But
I would have liked a picture of the rhubarb with the potato.
I so wish I had. Maybe I should have asked, but I just get the feeling they wouldn't. Maybe they would have allowed it. I don't know. I got nervous. It was brilliant.
Sounds like it was an intense
strip. A strip. It was £1 a strip. Yeah. It was absolutely flipping brilliant. I loved it. I love stuff like that. It's my favourite. Right, let's have a little bit more of this. It's 9:30. Struth. Let's have a little bit more of this. Zoom screen. There we go. Let's have a little bit more of this.
Really fancy some rhubarb and tater now.
It's got to be good to drag him in.
Only if you didn't like
Oh my God, he's going to play a pick.
Play the pick.
He's got an electrified pick.
the shovel,
Is there nothing this man won't play?
always take your pick.
Take your pick. Oh, look at that guy's comb over.
Oh, no one's told him.
And for the benefit,
What are they eating there?
A sandwich.
No, that's a cake. Isn't it?
Is it a
That's a
cake?
cake. That's too solid to be a sandwich. What's that cake? Is that a Bramwell tart? Is that what it's called? Blackwell tart? Bakewell tart?
No. Is that chocolate on top, or what is that? If only we could ask him, but of course now
and
he'll
for the
be
benefit of all the Greek
long gone.
people in the audience and the Jews on the committee.
Whoa!
There we go. All right, we're gonna go. He's mentioned Greeks and Jews.
And for the benefit of all the Greek people in the audience and the Jews on the committee.
The clubs are
Well, I'm glad we didn't get to hear the punchline.
run by unpaid committees. And if the comics are right, the entertainment secretary is the king.
Oh, he's playing Zorba the Greek. Why is... So I don't get the Jewish reference.
It's I'm thinking that anti-Semitic thing of them having all the power.
No, I don't think that the Zionist paymasters was a thing then.
I think it's been a thing for a long time.
Well, it's been a thing, but I don't think it was kind of in the zeitgeist as much then. And it's been going on for centuries. Oh,
hello, Willow.
There's a ninja attack going on behind you. Anyway, don't need to dwell on
Clubs.
it.
They hire and fire all the acts. And during the 70s, when the clubs were booming, many international star names were on their books. Wally Fawkes is one of the...
Wally Fawkes?
Fawkes, carefully.
Many international star names were on their books. Wally Fawkes is one of the oldest entertainment secretaries in the country.
He's got his finger on the pulse of what the young people want.
He knows. Look at those ears.
And
Don't
he's
miss a
seen
thing.
the great come and go.
Charlie Williams.
Charlie Williams. Oh, I like Charlie Williams.
Norman Collier.
He has seen the greats come and go.
Teddy Starr, where they used to have a group called Delphons.
Did he say Teddy Starr?
Yeah.
Norman Collier. Teddy Starr.
Teddy Starr?
Where they used
With
to
the
have a group
Delphons.
called Delphons.
We saw that written on the wall at the Cavern.
We did.
Teddy Starr, Freddie Starr and the Delphons.
And Ken Goodwin. They've all been down to
Oh.
shoot.
Ken Goodwin, is it?
And the most price I ever paid for them was £25 per night.
Don't be proud of that.
He saw him come, he saw him go.
But
When they
it's
could
not
get
just
more.
the artists and the fees they charge which
Oh, it's Matt Lucas.
have changed in recent years.
Matt Lucas, look.
But it's not just the artists and the fees they charge which have changed in
doing
recent
here?
years. Women are gradually being allowed to take a more active part in the running of things.
Wow.
Well, here we go. I think.
Thank you. We like to butter the bread.
This club, the LAOB, is the first to have a lady concert chairman.
We're now to continue your evening's entertainment, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a bold haircut.
I've had that haircut.
I know.
The very
about 5.
popular.
Well, I mean, can I refer you to our previous evidence?
We're now to continue your evening's entertainment, ladies and gentlemen.
She says gentleman.
She does.
Gentleman.
She's being posh.
We're now to continue your evening's entertainment, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The very popular Mr. Steve Ford.
It's 40. They got 40. They could afford 40. Hang on a minute. So there's a drummer down here. So that must be the house band.
Yeah.
There's a drum set
up there for the turns.
Ah, the blessings of God on you. And may you all live to see Lord Lucan, and this is your life.
That is a bold opening gambit.
Topical gag.
When did Lucan disappear? Was it the 70s? I'm going to say 72.
Let's have a look.
I'm going 72. Put your suggestions in the chat, guys. Derelict says 74.
John Bingham, 7th Earl.
73 says Paul. 76 says Graham. 75 says Gatford. So early 70s.
Says died 8th of November 1974, so I'm assuming that's when he disappeared.
Okay. 74, so I was right.
What a beautiful club you have here. Look at that floor. Hey, that was an Ireland beyond the ceiling. I got to show you what kind of daft jokes you like. Old couple, 92, went to see the solicitor. He said, we want a divorce. He said, God, you've left her a bit late, 92.
Absolute time of her life.
Don't put that cigarette down. Why bother? Keep your pint going.
He said, we didn't want to upset the kids.
Oh, she spits it out!
He said, God, you've left her a bit late, 92. He said, we didn't want to upset the kids.
All right, Joanna Lumley.
So we waited till they died.
Flipping heck.
She spat on the back of that bloke's head.
92. He said, we didn't want to upset the kids.
Yeah,
Right,
she did.
Let's trace the...
Oh, at least his shoulder.
God, it definitely hits. It hits here. It hits here.
Not even flinching though, is he?
It hits. Definitely hits.
So we waited till they died.
Now, you, to a certain extent, are unique in that you...
By the way, this may be the greatest footage I have ever seen in my life. You know, Catherine, this is the kind of crap that I will watch endlessly. I will put this on the telly and watch this.
Appointed the First Lady Chairman. Was that, again, to try and beat the recession?
No, Kathy, she's in the dishes in the...
She's called Kathy.
They mean to beat the reception because she's cheaper.
To attract women in.
All right. Okay. All right.
You know, people do come to see her, you know, have a look at the chair lady.
What about the image?
Oh,
People come
she's
to
a
see her.
bit of glamour. Gotcha.
Of concert chairman, wheel tappers and shunters. Is it like that?
No, that's what I'm trying to get rid of.
Do you interrupt the acts?
No, no way. No, unless it's a matter of life and death, I won't.
So you don't tell them hot pies are on sale or anything?
No, not unless it's really important, I won't.
She's glamour. She's got a fur coat.
Catherine, read that sign, please.
Ladies will not be served at the bar or allowed to stand in the bar area by order of the committee.
Other people would say, though, of course, that it's women's lib and the clubs don't allow women in. You've proved them otherwise, haven't you?
Wasn't intentional. And now to
What
carry
happens if
on
she
with
wants to drink halfway through a shift?
show,
Just to
ladies and
find a man to
gentlemen,
get it for her.
A band is always a pleasure to bring on stage. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the Billy Walsh Show Band.
Quite a show they're about to do. 3 of them.
You're brutal.
Oh, it's ABBA.
Bands where the backing is so shite that the voice is doing all of the work to get across what is going on. Singing drummer, by the way, guys. Notice a singing drummer.
When television came,
I was chosen to be the third Doctor.
When television came in, I found myself that the clubs went absolutely off the board.
That is the best haircut of the week.
I've just worked out who he looks like.
Go on.
That fella from Paddington Green that was making the concoction in the cellar.
the dirty man. Yeah.
It was only bingo that brought them.
Please don't mention Paddington Green. It's too soon, Catherine. Paddington Green rip.
People back into the clubs.
And what about now?
What was in that vat?
CNC.
Now, I think the groups are gradually taking over from the kind of variety shows that I would like to see and the kind of act I'd like to perform.
Do you find the recession has hit you too? Have more clubs closed down?
Yeah, she's lost her bra.
She has. Luckily, the crystal is separating the boobs.
Well, we've been hearing that's been 1 or 2 clubs closing down in the Leicester area, and but there is still a lot of scope for bands if you go out and have a look.
My time, when I first started, 28 years ago, it was more or less on variety kind, old time musical. Now it's gone to pop groups, rock and roll, and it's young people's entertainment now, but not the middle-aged people.
Obviously, yeah, this is rocking.
Yeah.
Look at the audience. They're not dancing beneath the moon, are they?
Oh. Tepid.
A polite ripple.
Isn't it the fault of the clubs themselves? Have you not put your prices up too much?
Well, I suppose you could blame the breweries for keep putting the beer up. And if Maggie Thatcher puts the beer up in the next election, well, God knows what's going to happen to it.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
There's more.
Come on.
I bet she did put the beer up.
Oh no, is that it? Oh, that's it.
Oh no.
That's just more footage. No. Oh no. I want to see that band. Oh no. I tell you what we'll do. We'll do another 10 minutes or so. Should we open up the Zoom?
Yeah.
Dear Catherine. So I just want to go Zoom 2 people. Stop sharing. If you want to come and join us, you can do. Pop in, say hello. Should just say as well, of course, if you want to donate, the exclamation mark donate, and you can donate to us. This is what we do once a month. We come on, it's pledge week, and we try and get a few quid. Thank you very much indeed. If you the best value for money, if you want the best value for money for you is if you go to patreon.com/Iain and Katherine, patreon.com/IAIN and Katherine with a K, and you sign up to our Patreon. You can start at £2, but if you want to start getting shows and whatnot, then you want to go for the $4.99. Let's just invite. Copy invitation. That's going to be. I've done the wrong thing, haven't I?
We're following the pipe.
Oh, buddy. Come in, but only come in if you
feel like it. If you fancy a chat.
Don't come in and kill our buzz. Do you know what I mean? Don't come in and kill the buzz. Come in
and contribute to the buzz. Add buzz.
Add more. Oh, Jesus. Gatford, I say add more buzz and Gatford comes in.
I want to see Gatford. I want to see the progression.
Ddid you see how quick he jumped in?
He was waiting for his moment.
He was I think he'd worked out the code.
Look at Gatford.
Hang on. So, excuse me, son. Can we speak to your dad, please?
Yeah. I do feel a bit younger these days.
Look at this. Look at the difference. It's
You're
unbelievable.
spry, Gatford. Spry.
Up and then you can kind of.
Oh no! Don't lift. Don't lift.
No, I'm not going to lift. No, I've got wounds. I wouldn't do that to people. I have lost since April over 10 kilograms, which is 1.5 stone.
Bloody hell! Sweet.
I found that out yesterday when I went for an appointment because I wasn't someone who used to track their weight because I wasn't proud of it or a fan of it. But they weighed me in April and I was 139.5 and now I'm 128.8.
Let me just read out the comments. Graham, Thinford. Oh, it's Dan, looking goodford. My sister, Sveltford. Alfie, Slimford. Roger, fuck offord. Roger, what is that, mate?
Come on, Roger.
Roger.
Jealousy.
Come on.
Come on.
You're looking good. How was you pushed yourself the other day? You went to the O2 right up in the gods to see the wrestling, and you've got vertigo.
We were looking at it yesterday. That is too high.
That's too high.
I didn't realise how high it was. So the event was Friday night and Saturday night, and I really struggled going on the Saturday night. I was like, how much can I sell my ticket for? But I pushed on.
Yeah.
I went, I'm glad I did, but I will never go that high up in the O2 ever again.
It's too high, isn't it? It's silly up there.
I can't even describe how my legs and how I felt. And I don't know whether it's because of post-surgery, whether I just didn't feel my normal strength. But, oh, boy, I just really, even looking down, towards the end, I was looking at the big screen rather than down into the ring below it, just because I couldn't. And luckily I was on the end. I was hanging onto the rail for dear life.
Who did you see? Was it Rowdy Roddy Piper? Was it
Rick Rude,
Papa
Ravi
Shangar? What was
there
going on?
was a special guest appearance by John Cena. You might have heard of him.
John Cena! Oh, God. Did he do much, or did he just pop up for 20 seconds and then go?
He popped up for a few minutes. He talked about the fact that he'd like to bring WrestleMania to London, which got a big cheer, and then he disappeared again.
Did he wrestle?
No, he had a bit of an altercation with somebody, but he didn't wrestle.
Did he talk about Bin Laden? Because that's
he didn't. He didn't tell us that Bin Laden had been compromised, which was
to a permanent degree.
That was it. Permanent degree. Well done.
I come out with hustle on my shoulders, and I'd like to announce that we have compromised Osama bin Laden to a permanent degree.
Does anyone know what these two gentlemen are talking about? I ain't got a flipping clue.
The night that bin Laden was shot, John Cena announced it in WrestleMania or whatever it was on.
No, it was a pay-per-view event. After they went to the air, they announced it to the live.
It's a very funny
clip. And then it went viral.
Yeah.
Because it's bizarre. Like a bloke dressed up he is dressed in like luminous green, announcing that we'd killed bin Laden, but not in a real, not just by saying those words.
Wow.
But, no, I don't think you would recognise anyone else. But it was a really good event. I loved it. But the O2 is a nightmare at times. The Friday night, we were queuing back to North Greenwich, which is about 400 metres, 400 yards. I don't know. I'm not good at distances. But the Saturday night, for a bigger event, no queues. Go figure. So the O2 is a mystery.
Sorry, I'm just reading about an email to do with George Osborne. Well, you carry on. If I get any more details, I'll come back to you.
Tell you what was a weird one. When we went to the O2 yesterday, we were having a walk around, weren't we, Paul, before we went in, and we happened across this thing called the Mamma Mia Theatre Dining Experience.
Oh shit! Yes.
And I thought, oh God, you know what? My girls would love that. It looks great. It was all done up like the outside of like the Greek taverna, and we went in just to have a little nosy, didn't we? And there was a woman there in a sort of reception area, so you couldn't see what was going on beyond that. So she was obviously on this kind of box office type thing. And we asked her how much it was for tickets. And we all thought we made a mistake when she said 104. It starts at 140, did she say?
Yeah, we were okay, right? Yeah, and then we came out and went, sorry, did she say 100? It starts at 140.
I'm trying to work out whether that's for a table.
I think
I'd want to be in ABBA for that amount.
I think it must be
for
the
a table, right?
And then you pay
welcome,
for food.
She said you get welcome drinks.
They have a lot of return customers.
Yeah, so you can't.
There's Mamma Mia, here I go again.
Oh, you're right. Mute. I'm timing you out of this conversation for 2 minutes. You can come back in 2 minutes.
There are some very expensive restaurants at the O2. I once went with some friends to a restaurant, a steak place, and it was someone's 40th birthday, and they wouldn't let us pay. There was about 7 of us. I saw a glimpse of the bill, and it was 4 figures.
Was it goat chills?
I don't honestly remember. That sounds about right, but it was in the O2, and it was very swanky. And we were all like, I hope this is only sort of 30, 40 quid each. And we were amazed. But she paid, so we were even more grateful.
I'm looking at the thing now. Mamma Mia, the party. Savour the magic of Skopilos while seated in the lower terraces and courtyard. Each guest will receive a welcome drink, a delicious 4-course Greek meal, Full access to the Mamma Mia, the party show, and an invite to enjoy an ABBA disco after the show. Okay, right, so it's everything. Peak, £200 plus 20. What's BF? Off-peak, 165 plus £16.50. BF, that's tier A.
Before film?
No. Before food?
Before
crikey.
food. Holy shit.
Wow. That better be the best Greek meal you've ever had in your life for that amount of money.
Prices quoted per person, not per table. All bookings subject to a £2.50 delivery fee. Oh, forget it then.
Hang on, what was it?
Prices quoted per person, not per table. All right, so tier
140 quid?
Tier 1, peak time, £200 plus 20.
Per person?
Yes.
Far.
Off-peak, 165 plus £16.50.
Off-peak, I guess, is when there's no events there. Why the hell would you go to the O2 when there wasn't anything happening?
Tier C, so here's the cheapest. The cheapest one is 130 plus 13. And then off-peak, 99 plus 9.90.
I've got even cheaper. I can just rent the film and get some tiramisu.
I was going to say, we did say that, didn't we? I said, I wear a pair of dungarees and prance around the living room for that. I'm getting some pitta. Wow. That's a lot. You could go and see actual Mamma Mia for that.
I'm reading what I'm being told is an email. George Osborne's getting married and an email has been sent. I'm reading what someone has suggested is the email.
Have you been invited or something?
This is a wild...
Save the date.
This is if this email's true, it ain't happening. This is a wild list of accusations. I'm going to carry on reading. But they're all quite libelous, so I'm not going to read them out.
Okay.
But by the way, tonight is the very last appearance of the fridge.
Why? What's happening?
Well, I'm moving next week. I'm selling it. So there you go. That's it. End of an era.
Oh, can we have a quick look inside just for old time's sake?
You can, yeah. Hold on, let's see what's in there. A lot of pureed food, I would imagine.
No cheese.
Only Philadelphia. Hold on, I've got to work out how to switch this around.
Here we go. Take a last look, guys. This is a moment.
I got blocked by George Galloway on Twitter.
Galloway?
He's a prick. This is George Osborne.
George Osborne. All right. Now, George Galloway, I say, looks stupid in that hat, and he blocked me. So.
Thanks for that, Gatford. That was a moment in time I'll never forget.
Oh, obviously, I've managed to hike the price up, saying that this fridge was famous on Twitch for a while.
Yeah.
So
was George Osborne the one who had a dominatrix living downstairs from him for a while? Am I making that up?
Yeah.
That could also be libelous, but hey.
I don't think it's libelous.
We could all have a dominatrix downstairs for all you know, Gatford. They're everywhere.
That's why I always live on a ground floor.
Well, that
forward, please.
It's wild. I will.
Can you post with anything libelous blocked out in the Discord, please?
Here's the link to the email. It's in the chat. I don't know how true it is. I'm skimming through, but everyone's talking about George Osborne's email, and that link comes up. I don't know if it's real or not. I just and it's freely available on Twitter. So
under him, the Evening Standard has gone from about 50 pages to about 12. I picked up a copy at the weekend when I was in London. It's no bigger than the Metro these days.
It's also free now than when people pay for it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll email it to you, Catherine.
Do it.
It's quite long and some of it's quite boring, but it's some wild accusations. Remember that young girl, George? That kind of stuff.
Oh, God.
Paul, did you wake up with a cat this time at Ian's house?
No. I had the door shut.
You had the door shut. Well, not for long enough. Have you watched the beginning of the show?
It's on the odd day.
Oh, is there something I need to watch?
The first hour of the show
absolutely nothing.
The first hour of the show wasn't very good, so I really wouldn't watch it, Paul. It wasn't
quite
very
dull.
good.
Quite dull.
Yeah,
it's quite dull.
Nigel called it nothing interesting.
Nothing happened, mate.
Tell you what the taxi driver said to me.
Oh God, we had such trouble booking a cab.
Did he? So he did turn up though, because you had to pay him in advance, didn't you?
Yeah. We phoned up to book a cab to take him from mine to Luton Airport because I was working. It was so difficult. And they said, okay, well, because let's say I live at number 16, right? And there are a few number 16s on my street. And so it's really difficult to explain where I am. And the guy said, okay, well, why don't you and your friend work out what the address is and call us back? I went, no, I know what the address is. You're just not understanding me saying it to you. Anyway, they turned up, did they?
They did. No, he turned up, albeit 10 minutes late, but that was fine. And his first words to me were, "This is a very random place to be picked up."
Did you say yeah?
I says yes, without giving away your location. I said, yes, we tried to book it to the house, but your operator couldn't understand the address we were trying to give because there was so many number 16s in that street. But yeah, it was just a very, very strange finish trying to order a taxi. And even they rang me, to confirm it the following day, and they rang me after you rang to confirm it, to confirm that the time's correct. It was just, how many times did we have to order this taxi?
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. But you got there. Was your flight on time?
Everything was lovely.
Beautiful. We had such a lovely night, Paul, last night. Thank you. It was lovely having you stay at the house. You're very, very welcome. We were the Kiss. I like Kiss. They're a lot of fun. They're shit, but they're fun. But they were off par last night, I thought.
Yeah. And they're actually, I was saying to you earlier today, even Stanley's starting to look old behind the makeup.
Yeah.
The makeup used to hide it quite a lot, but he's starting to look old now. And even Eric Singer, he was puffed out after 3 songs.
He looked awful.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing, so this is called the last tour ever, and they kept saying we'll never be back in London. And here is the only way they could make Kiss work again, as I was telling you this last night, is complete Kiss. If they get every member of Kiss there's ever been, Ace, Peter, Vinnie Vincent, Bruce Kulick, all of that, and get all of them to do like Kiss through the last 50 years. That's the only way.
But how are you going to sell that?
Taking the Kiss.
One
more tour.
I'm guessing certain bridges have been burned to stop that happening. But
no. If there's money involved, Gene Simmons will. If Gene Simmons could make $1 million, he'd have Peter and Ace back in the band, like that. Anyway, they're a very silly band. It was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. And the band before them, Skindred. There are some Skindred fans in the chat pool. I tried to diss them earlier, and I got shouted down.
At least 2 of them there.
Yeah. Shouted down.
Did we ever figure out how old Skindred are, or how recent they are?
I think they're quite old.
Yeah, they've been. I remember them back in the 90s in Kerrang or whatever. Skindred. Yeah.
Mm. Very loud, Dave. Very loud.
Yeah. Well, this is their music. They love it loud, etc.
Well, yes, exactly.
Get out of here.
Whereas Mavis Staples.
Oh, I bet she was great. I saw that clip that you sent. Oh my goodness.
She was smiling all the way through and just really joyous. It was really fantastic. And her voice was, when I look at Glastonbury and some people really struggling with their vocals, and she was just dead on, really great.
Axl Rose.
Yeah.
There was a lot of hate for that concert on Twitter. I loved it for its nostalgia, but Axl can't sing no more.
Well, I also think that the whoever was doing the sound at this Glastonbury, I don't know what they're doing, but those microphones were not loud enough, and I think a lot of those singers were
Blondie
struggling.
was the same. It wasn't great, but but no, it was a wonderful gig, and Union Chapel is always a great place to see gigs, but particularly that. And
I have never been. Every time that we've had tickets to go, I've not been able to go.
Well, it's worth making the effort. But
yeah.
I mean, if she comes around next year, I'd really recommend. She says she wants to come back and go to Wimbledon because she was spending most of her time in the hotel room watching the tennis. So yeah. But no, that was and doing Slippery People by Talking Heads was
beautiful,
was absolutely fantastic. So no, I enjoyed the hell out of that.
I'm going to go to bed.
All right, we'll carry on.
Do we just stay here and keep talking? What's the rule?
I've suddenly been hit by a wave of exhaustion, and I tell you what it is. It's the anxiety about this break coming up. It's the anxiety of the trip, and it's that release because I had my last day of work today, and my body has gone like, okay, you got 2.5 days now, less than that now, to vroom, and I've started to vroom. So I'm falling asleep. Not anything to do with you fine people, but I'm just falling asleep. So I am going to say goodnight to you and wish you all. You must be tired, Paul. You've been travelling all over the place.
I am knackered. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Very late. It was a very late one last night, wasn't it? It was
too late.
I got to mention, I don't know if you saw this, but
yes.
Stephen C was staying in a hotel down in Victoria.
Oh, I saw this. This is crazy. Go on.
When he went back to his hotel room, they cleared out all his stuff, everything. And including his car keys, his clothes, everything. And so next day they, knocked on his door at 7:30 and gave him a bin bag with all his stuff in it.
Wow.
Yeah. But and the guy we were with at the gig is a photographer, and he was in took pictures of Patty the other week, Patty Harrison or Patty Boyd, I guess. And he's been to Friar Park and stuff like that. So we had a good old chat with him.
Oh, I bet.
But yeah, that was great. He said, I got back to my hotel room and they've thrown everything away, including my car keys. So, yeah. So I can't remember what the name of the hotel is, but he's recommending no one stays there.
I keep going back to that email. I don't. There's nothing to do with me. On that bombshell, Dave, Gatford, Paul, Chowsy Chow Chows.
Good night, all.
Make sure you publish this video so I can see the first hour.
Goodbye. You gentlemen leave, and then we will do an official goodbye. Paul's still there. Look,
I'm on this phone and I don't know how to leave.
That's all right. We'll wait. We'll wait. No rush.
Find the button. I'm away. Bye.
Bye.
There we go. That is it. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. It's just totally hit me. I'm wiped out. I was driving about 6 hours yesterday. So we are done. We're going to be doing one more show tomorrow before our 2 weeks off. The show tomorrow is behind the paywall. If you want to be a part of it, you have to sign up to the $4.99 or above tier on Patreon. It's always a lot of fun. Be the end of term, so we'll be having a right old laugh. We'll be taking fun. You're here tomorrow, Catherine, are you?
Yes.
Be a
for
fun
that $4.99, you'll get to see tomorrow's show, but also see all the other stuff we've done in the past. There's loads in there. Rinse it out.
Patreon.com/Iain and Katherine. Patreon.com/Iain and Katherine. I don't think there's any of our people on Twitch. Are there any of our people? No, there's none of our people. So do you know what? It's not like the old days when a raid meant something. It's I saw someone there. I'm gonna follow. That's that. So we're just going to end it. We're just going to stop. We're going to say good evening. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you everyone who donated.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so appreciated.
Makes a huge difference. And we will see you tomorrow.
Good night.